Live from Idaho Central Arena in Boise, Idaho, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's the first of a two-game weekend series as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the second of 9 season meetings between the Grizzlies and the Steelheads. We're live here at Idaho Central Arena, and it's certainly great to be here. Utah lost 7-2 on opening night on October 18th, 2024. For the Grizzlies, it's the first game of the 2025 calendar year, and they come into it on a little bit of a roll as they went 3-1-1 and picked up 7 out of a possible 10 standings points during the recently completed 5-game homestand. Utah, the week before Christmas, won 2 out of 3 games, and they picked up 5 out of 6 points against the Tahoe Night Monsters. Last week, the Grizzlies split a 2-game series against the Rapid City Rush. Last Friday, Rapid City won 6-3 as Utah got goals from Neil Shea, Craig Armstrong, and Dylan Fitz. Grizzlies did have a big shot advantage, 42-26, but it was the Rush that came away with a 3-goal victory. Last Saturday, Jake Barczewski stopped 27 of 30 to pick up his first professional win. Neil Shea had 2 goals. Cole Gallant got his first goal of the season. It turned out to be the game winner early in the third period. Reed Lepster had 1 goal and 1 assist. Briley Wood added a goal, and the Grizzlies went 1 for 3 on the power play as they defeated Rapid City 5-3. Grizzlies have really done a good job offensively over the last handful of games, as after all, Utah had 6 goals in each of their 3 games against Tahoe a couple weeks ago, and Utah picked up 8 goals in 2 games against Rapid City. So Utah has been firing on all cylinders offensively, and if the Grizzlies can find a way to keep Idaho under 4 goals tonight, Utah does have a chance to win, and 4 just might be the magic number for the Grizzlies tonight. After all, when the Grizzlies score 4 or more goals, they are 8-1-1. It'll be a ton of fun. We're facing an Idaho Steelheads team that's a little bit depleted in terms of the injury front. Ty Pelton-Bice and Hank Krona played in each of Idaho's first 30 games this season. However, both Pelton-Bice and Krona picked up injuries in Idaho's 6-2 victory on New Year's Eve against the Allen Americans, and they will both be out of the lineup. In fact, Idaho only has 11 healthy forwards, and because of that, last year's league defenseman of the year, Patrick Kudla, is going to be acting as a forward for the Steelheads tonight. So they will technically be going with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, but Kudla is going to be acting as a forward for the Steelheads tonight. Goaltending matchup as Jake Barczewski getting the start in net. Barczewski coming off the 27-save performance in his first pro win against Rapid City on December 28th. And for Idaho, it's going to be Brian Thompson getting the start. He's got a record of 5-8 with a .906 save percentage. Utah's looking for their 4th road victory of the season. After all, last year, it was the first game of the 2024 calendar year where the Grizzlies picked up their first road victory. So Utah's looking to find a way to climb out of the cellar in the Mountain Division. They're taking on an Idaho Steelheads team that if the playoffs start today, they would be out. They're currently in 5th place in the Mountain Division as Idaho has a record of 16-11-3. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about before tonight's game. Face-off will be in about 15 minutes from now. Nate Klerman made his NHL debut with the Pittsburgh Penguins. We'll talk about that. Trent Miner got recalled to the Colorado Avalanche earlier today. And it's also the first game in January, as we'll recap the month of December, as the Grizzlies really had a tough go of it in the first few weeks of December. They finished up 3-7-1 in the month of December, but obviously the Grizzlies have played good hockey as of late, as they have 7 out of the last 10 standings points possible, as they went 3-1-1 in the recently completed homestand. Should be a ton of fun here tonight. Grizzlies are looking to keep the ball rolling on the power play. Utah has 8 power play goals in their last 10 games. We'll come back and recap the month of December, and we'll also talk about some fun stuff with Nate Klerman making his NHL debut this past Sunday. We're live at Idaho Central Arena, and we're certainly thrilled to be here for this 2-game series. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. Face-off will be at about 7:10 here in the Mountain Time Zone as we're live at Idaho Central Arena for this two-game series tonight and tomorrow night. Remember, the Grizzlies return to Maverick Center next Friday as they take on the Kansas City Mavericks in a two-game series. So obviously things are tough in terms of the quality of opponents for the Grizzlies over the next couple weeks. But for the Grizzlies, they got to find a way to pick up standings points where they can. This past Sunday, Nate Clerman, the former Grizzly, made his NHL debut with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and that was in a Pittsburgh 3-2 victory where Clerman had 4 shots on goal. He had 17 shifts and 11 minutes and 5 seconds of ice time. Clerman appeared in 62 regular season games with Utah over a 2-season stretch. Clerman played in 54 games for the Grizzlies during their 2021-22 Mountain Division Championship season, where he scored 24 points, 3 goals, and 21 assists, and he also had a +16 rating. Clerman also appeared in 18 playoff games for the Grizzlies in 2022, scoring 1 goal and 2 assists. Clerman also played in 8 games for the Grizzlies during the 2022-23 season, where he scored 3 assists. Clerman was just recently sent back to the AHL's Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. In 18 games this season for Wilkes-Barre, he had 1 goal and 4 assists and a +6 rating. Trent Miner earlier this season made his NHL debut with the Colorado Avalanche, and because of an injury to Scott Wedgwood in the Colorado Avalanche game against the Buffalo Sabres, he's going to be out for maybe a couple of weeks. And so Trent Miner was recalled to the NHL's Colorado Avalanche, where he will be up there. And it's possible that he may get a start. The Avalanche do have a back-to-back next week, and it is possible Trent Miner will get a start next week, which would be his first NHL start, as the game he did play in and against the Washington Capitals on November 15th came in relief. For the Grizzlies, it's the first game of January. Utah went 3-7-1 in 11 games in December, but they did end the 24 calendar year in style as they picked up a big 5-3 victory over the Rapid City Rush, where Neil Shea scored 2 goals, and Shea's been unbelievable. He got recalled to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles in the middle of the month, and Shea picked up Utah's first hat trick of the season in a 4-point performance against Tahoe on December 21st. Shea led the Grizzlies with 7 goals in December, despite the fact he only played in 6 games. Andrew Nelson was a recent addition to the Grizzlies. He came over a month ago, and he led Utah with 10 assists in 11 games in December. Briley Wood was also a standout in December, as he had 6 goals and 4 assists. And in the month of December, both Jake Barcheski and Vinny Duplessis earned their first professional wins in net. Keaton Mastrodonado played in 7 games in the month of December, as he got recalled to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles, and he led the Grizzlies with 29 shots in the month. We mentioned Andrew Nilsson had 10 assists in December. Nilsson and Briley Wood each tied for the club lead with 10 points in the month of December. And during the month, Neil Shea was named the in Glasgow ECHL Player of the Week for December 16th through the 22nd in 3 games against Tahoe. He had 4 goals and 2 assists, and he was unbelievable on that teddy bear toss night, December 21st, where he scored a hat trick and also had an assist in Utah's 6-4 victory. Well, we got a great crowd filing in here to Idaho Central Arena as the Grizzlies take on the Steelheads in about 10 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll go over the lineups for both teams. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. Let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who are led by fourth-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. The Grizz have a record of 8-17-3 on the season. They are 3-9-1 away from the friendly confines at Maverick Center. Last Saturday, Jake Barczewski got his first professional victory as he saved 27 of 30 against the Rapid City Rush on December 28th. Barczewski is going to be the starting goaltender tonight for the Grizzlies. He's on an AHL contract with the Colorado Eagles. Barczewski, the first-year pro, he played at Michigan last season. Before that was Keaton Mastrodonato's teammate for 4 seasons at Canisius. Barczewski is 6'1" and 180 pounds. In 7 games this year, he's got a record of 1-2 as he came in relief in 4 different occasions. He has a 5.15 goals against average and .846 save percentage. Vinny Duplessis is the backup goaltender as Utah has 2 on the roster. The starting defensive pairing is Ryan Kanaswich is going with 12 forwards and 6 defensemen on his lineup sheet. The starting defensive pairing is Connor Mayer and the captain, Gianni Fairbrother. For Mayer, it's his second appearance in a Grizzlies uniform this season as he played in 6 games earlier this year with the Colorado Eagles, scoring 3 goals. So it's going to be a ton of fun with Mayer and Fairbrother getting the start, as the Grizzlies do have a pretty deep defensive unit. We will also see Brian Yoon and Derek Dashke in there. That's going to be the top defensive pairing. Dashke leads Utah with a +3 rating, and Brian Yoon is a +1 this year. And Brian Yoon has certainly been a difference maker for the Grizzlies. After all, the Grizz are 8-5-2 in the 15 games that Yoon has played in. He was a college teammate for 4 years with Connor Mayer at Colorado College. Cody Corbett makes a return trip here to Idaho Central Arena. He appeared in 35 games with the Steelheads during the 2017-2018 season. Corbett has played around the league, and this isn't his first trip back to Idaho since he played with the Steelheads. Corbett will be wearing number 41 in 202 league games. He has 17 goals and 59 assists. He also has 95 games of AHL experience. And Corbett will be paired up with Andrew Nilsson. We mentioned the last segment. Nilsson had 10 assists in 11 games in the month of December. The 10 points were tied for the club lead with Briley Wood. So that's the 6th defenseman for the Grizzlies tonight. Mayer and Fairbrother will get the start. We will also see a lot of Brian Yoon, who's paired up with Derek Dashke, and Cody Corbett tonight will be paired up with Andrew Nilsson. The defensive scratches for the Grizzlies tonight include Kabori Dunn, Dylan Savankov, and Cade Jensen. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies includes Cole Gallant, who was the number 1 star last Saturday as he scored what turned out to be the game winner early in the 3rd period. For Cole Gallant, it was his first goal of the season. He leads Utah forwards with 15 assists on the season. Gallant's in his 2nd full season as a pro and 2nd year with the Grizzlies. Mick Messner will be the starting center. Messner has 6 goals and 9 assists in 28 games. Messner does lead the Grizzlies in shots on goal during the season. And Dylan Fitz will also be in the Grizzlies lineup. Fitz has scored 5 goals, a lot of them big ones. He has 5 goals and 4 assists in 23 games this year. Fitz has 3 goals in his last 7 games. So starting forwards from left to right are Cole Gallant, Mick Messner, and Dylan Fitz. The top forward line, for my money, one of the best forward lines in the league. Neil Shea has 12 goals in 11 games this season. That's right, 12 goals in 11 games this year. Shea has been absolutely unbelievable for the Grizzlies. He has a goal in 9 of 11 games this year and a point in 10 of 11. Shea is currently on a 5-game point-scoring streak where he has scored 9 points, 7 goals, and 2 assists. And Shea is a high-volume shooter. He had 51 shots on goal in 11 games he's played with the Grizzlies. 6 this past December. He also scored a goal in each of the first 5 games of the year before he was recalled to Colorado. She has 51 shots in 11 games this season, an average of 4.63. Luke Manning will also be on that line with Neil Shea. Manning has 5 goals and 8 assists in 28 games. And Keaton Mastrodonado was on a current 6-game point-scoring streak. Mastrodonado will be wearing number 8. It's a return trip to Idaho Central Arena. He did play in the season opening game against Idaho on October 18th, and after that game, he was recalled to Colorado. He played in 13 games with the Eagles, and Mastrodonado in mid-December came back to the Grizzlies. He has a point in 7 of 9 games with the Grizzlies, and he has 31 shots in 9 games with Utah this season. And despite only playing about half of December, Maldonado did lead Utah with 29 shots in 11 games in the month of December. So top forward line from left to right will be Shea Manning and Maldonado. Second forward line tonight will be Reed Lebster, who had 1 goal and 1 assist on Saturday. Lebster on the season has 7 goals and 5 assists in 24 games. He'll be lined up next to Cole Fonstad. Fonstad has 8 assists in 11 games. And Briley Wood, who had 10 points in the month of December in 11 games. Wood has 9 goals and 12 assists in 28 games. And watch out for him on Utah's power play, as Wood does lead Utah with 4 power play goals on the season. So second forward line tonight will be Lebster, Fonstad, and Wood. The starting forwards, again, that's going to be the third forward line tonight, are going to be Gallant, Messner, and Fitz. We will also see Craig Armstrong lined up with Cade Nielsen and Cameron Buell. The forward scratches for the Grizzlies tonight include Blake Wells, Aaron Aragon, Adam Berg, Tyson Upper, and Braden Nicolettes. It's certainly a shame for Aaron Aragon, who's out with an injury. He just can't seem to catch a break in terms of the health, as Aragon, when he has played, has been pretty productive, but he just has had a tough time staying healthy. The lights are out here at Idaho Central Arena. The officials are skating around the ice. 2 referees tonight, Nolan Blair and Damian Figueroa. Those are the 2 referees. Chad Fuller and Randall Culver are the linesmen. Now for the lineup for the homestanding Idaho Steelheads, who have a record of 16, 11, and 3 on the season. Idaho's traditionally a pretty good home club. They are 9, 5, and 2 at home this season. Starting goaltender is going to be Brian Thompson. This will be his 14th game this year. He's got a record of 5 and 8 with a 9.06 save percentage and 3.33 goals against average. Ben Cross will be the backup goaltender tonight. The starting defensive pairing for the injury-depleted Idaho Steelheads. Most of their injuries are on the forward line. Matt Register is going to be paired up with Trevor Zins. And if it feels like Matt Register has played 100 games against the Grizzlies all time, we'd be right. He's actually played 101 games against the Grizzlies all time, 92 in the regular season and 9 in the postseason. So this will be Register's 102nd game all time against the Grizzlies. Register will be paired up with Trevor Zins tonight. Slava Demon is going to be paired up with Peter Walton. Walton was just recently acquired by the Steelheads in a trade, and he's making his Idaho debut tonight. The starting defensive pairing for Idaho is Connor Punnett, who scored a goal on October 18th in Idaho's 7-2 victory over the Grizzlies. Punnett will be paired up with Reese Harsh. Harsh, a plus 11 this season. So starting defensive pairing for Idaho is Punnett and Harsh. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, or for the Steelheads, it is their top forward line. Patrick Cudla, normally a defenseman. He was the league's defenseman of the year last year, but there's been a ton of injuries to Idaho's forwards, and so Cudla will be acting as a forward, and he will be the starting left wing for the Steelheads. A.J. White has played in 100 games against the Grizzlies all time, 89 in the regular season, another 11 in the playoffs. White will be the starting center. And Patrick Moynihan making his Steelheads debut. He will be in the starting lineup for Idaho as well. Moynihan scored a goal on opening night for Greenville, and he hasn't scored a goal since, as he has gone 26 straight games without a goal. Other forwards for Idaho include Thomas Caron. He'll be lined up with Brendan Hoffman and C.J. Walker. Third forward line from left to right is Mark Olver, Jade Miller, and Nick Canati. The fourth forward line from left to right is Dimitrios Komatsis, with Matt Ustaski and Blake Swetlikoff. We'll come back in a face-off on the other side. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
It's a great night for hockey as Tippett standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads in the first of a two-game weekend series. For the Grizzlies, it's the start of the 2025 calendar year, and hopefully everybody had a good New Year's. And for the Grizzlies, they're hoping to get off on the right foot. After all, the first game for the Grizzlies in the 2024 calendar year was an overtime victory over the Newfoundland Growlers. Utah's wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Getting the start in net will be Jake Barcheski, who's making his 8th appearance this season. Grizzlies will start out with a forward line of Fitz, Messner, and Gallant, with Messner taking the opening draw. The defensive pairing will be Connor Mayer and Gianni Fairbrother. A.J. White will take the draw against Mick Messner, White, Idaho's captain. He's been a Steelhead since the start of the 2017-2018 season. Idaho wins the draw. Punnett will saucer it in along the near wing boards. Barcheski cuts it up behind his net. He gets it towards Fairbrother. Turnover. Cutler acting as a forward over to White, left wing. Shot is blocked by Connor Mayer. 15 seconds into the game, Messner tries to one-handed ahead towards Gallant. Now Gallant gets it. He fanned on moving it back towards Fitz. Punnett, left wing. He'll skate towards the corner. Now it takes lefty shot. That's blocked by Mayer. He's already blocked 2 tonight. Punnett to the right side. He's near the corner. He'll feed it up top to Reese Harsh. Across to Cutler. Cutler high slot. Lefty shot. Glances off a Messner stick and it flies out of play as we get our first whistle 34 seconds in. Who's your pick to click tonight? I'm going to go with Keaton Mastrodonato. He scored 24 goals in 48 games with the Steelheads last year. So I'm watching out for him. He's wearing number 8. He's out there with Neil Shea and Luke Manning. Una Dashgear, the defensive pairing. Idaho in a white jersey with black numbers. A little bit of silver mixed in to the top and bottom of the jersey and around the numbers and letters in the back of the jersey. It's a pretty sharp look. Good uniform matchup tonight. Dashke gets it to Shea, who slides over to Mastrodonato, who feeds it between his legs for Manning at center ice. He'll cross the center red line, and Manning will pitch it in as Trevor Zins collides with Shea. Shea gets to Mastrodonato on the right wing, wearing number 8. Back towards Shea, who's got 12 goals in 11 games, so let it go for Manning. Manning dancing around behind Idaho's net, now bouncing off the near boards to Yoon. Right side, righty shot is blocked away. Might have been blocked by a high stick of Neil Shea as a shot missed wide from Yoon. As Shea behind the net to the near side, tried to get to Mastrodonato, glanced off a register stick and hippity hops to the left wing as Manning couldn't settle it. Idaho comes back the other way. Zins over the attack line, gets to Thomas Caron, who gets back checked by Dashke. Hoffman gets occupied by Manning. Now Hoffman around the net to the far side. He gets back checked by Manning. And strong with the puck is Hoffman, though, as he gets pushed in the left wing. Hoffman throws it between his legs to Kanadi. Shot from the slot goes wide as Kanadi got a great pass out in front. Now high slot. Shot is blocked away. Actually, the puck ended up exiting to neutralize. Idaho trying to throw it back in offside with the Steelheads. 18-19 are left here in the first. It looks like we've got an outstanding crowd. I'm pretty sure that once people start filing in here, we'll probably have a sellout here at Idaho Central Arena. Cole Fonstad will take the draw against Jade Miller. Fonstad's out there with Lebster and Wood. Winning the draw is Idaho. Demon will fire it in. Barcheski behind his net gets it towards Andrew Nelson, who pushes ahead to neutralize as he was looking for Fonstad. Pass goes wide of the mark. Peter Walton in his Idaho debut, 6'2 defenseman, throws to Miller, falls down. Kanadi enters from the right side, take a lefty shot that goes wide. He missed the net, glove side on Barcheski. Left side, Demon will slide it towards over, back to Demon. High slot, lefty shot goes wide. Puck up the ops towards Barcheski. Kanadi skates in, shot saved by Barcheski. As he was laying on his stomach, puck bounced off the end boards on towards Kanadi. He took a shot, but Barcheski robs him and makes the save with 17:51 left in the first. Both teams have one shot here early on. We're just getting underway, so grab some chips and dip in a beverage of your choice and enjoy part of Friday with us. Cade Nelson's out there with Cameron Buell and Craig Armstrong. Jade Miller will take the draw as he crouches down. Miller's in his third season with the Steelheads. Nelson, the Nottingham, England native. Draw one by Utah. Fairbrother, the Grizzlies captain, has it. He'll push it ahead. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 203. Nelson will slide it across towards Mayer. Mayer will skate in. He'll veer off to the left. Left point. Lefty shot is sticked away by Brian Thompson, Idaho's goaltender tonight. Armstrong backhands it up top. Mayer left point. He'll take a lefty shot, and that's blocked by Jade Miller. Puck goes all the way to the Grizzlies zone. Fairbrother runs it down. He'll dish it across to Mayer. Up top for Armstrong. It bounced off the stick. Armstrong's limping as the skate broke. And the skate blade is laying it neutralized. Armstrong will hobble towards the bench, not because of an injury, but because his skate broke. And Idaho skates in. Backhand pass towards the front of the net. Bounced off the side of the net a little bit. Marcheski poked it away. Right point. Armstrong throws it behind the net. Matt Ustaski, in his Steelheads debut, he was recently acquired, a big forward. Pass goes towards the middle. It's picked up by Fairbrother. He'll move it to Gallant, right wing. Gallant crosses center ice. He'll dump it in as he gets around big Connor Punnett. Back behind the net. Fitz gets occupied. Gallant takes the puck. He'll slide it towards Messner off an Idaho stick. Messner up top to Yoon across to Dashke. Left side Dashke's shot is sticked away as Messner danced around in the right corner. He leads Utah in shots on goal this season. He had 7 last Saturday against Rapid City. Over to Yoon. Right wing shot is sticked away. Taking it off the stick of Thompson is Blake Swetlikoff. He gets occupied. Left point. Dashke with a shot, and it's blocked as the puck hit the opposite center ice. Yoon across the Dashke at the Utah line. Grizzlies reset. Dashke gets to Idaho territory. No fire it in deep as the puck goes along the boards towards the near side. Masha Donato battles with Shea and a couple Steelheads, but Idaho comes out with it. White left wing steps over the offensive line. Toe drag, left circle. Shot is blocked by Yoon. White gets it back. He tried to feather it out in front. It's picked off by Luke Manning. We'll sky it out to center ice. Trevor Zins will move it ahead, but Dashke gets it. He's at neutral ice, Idaho territory, and he'll wing it around the boards. Register gets taken away by Manning. Manning skates along the near goal line horizontally, takes a shot, saved by Thompson, and he holds on with 15:49 left in the first. A lot of fun action here early on between two teams who normally are very familiar with each other. However, it's the first time these teams have met since opening night on October 18th, where Idaho won 7-2. The Steelheads have had a ton of injuries. Ty Pelton-Bice and Hank Krohn are arguably Idaho's two best forwards. Both guys have played in each of the first 30 games of the regular season, although Pelton-Bice and Krohn are out as they both suffered injuries on New Year's Eve. Off the draw, Masha Donato, right wing righty shot goes wide. Idaho races into the offense. They're the Grizzlies zone, but taking the puck is Masha Donato wearing number 8. They'll drop it for Nielsen across to Cody Corbett, the former Steelhead. Out to neutralize for Shea. Shea races down the middle of the ice, steps to the offensive line, backhands it towards Manning, who throws it off the end board. Shea gets double team, taking it as Matt Register, the future league Hall of Famer. He'll get to Cudlow, who backhands to A.J. White at center ice. He'll push to his right. Idaho trying to drop it off for Zins. Puck goes back towards the far side. Utah takes it away. Masha Donato enters 1-on-3. He'll drop it for Shea. Shea back to Masha Donato. Sorry, pass shot saved by Thompson. A great pass by Neil Shea out in front to Masha Donato, who took the shot about 5 minutes in. And Thompson made a great save to keep it a scoreless game. I got a good feeling about that top forward line. Every time Masha Donato, Shea, and Manning have been on the ice, it's just been great scoring chances for the Grizzlies. They're on the bench now as Lebster, Wood, and Fonstad will take the draw. Wood will take the face-off for Utah against Brandon Hoffman. Hoffman has 12 goals and 8 assists in 29 games for Idaho. So not having Pelton-Bice and Hank Krohn, that certainly hurts Idaho's attack. Grizzlies win the draw, right point. Connor Mayer in the offensive zone. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Around the net to Lebster as he gets battled with Slava Demon. Puck to the right point. Mayer battles with Thomas Caron. Puck goes back towards Idaho. And Peter Walton in his Steelheads debut, 6'2", 192 pounds. 1 goal and 3 assists. Right wing shot saved by Thompson. He holds on. 14:49 left in the first. The Grizzlies right now lead the shot count 4-1. For the Grizzlies, they've been averaging over 30 shots per game over the last 6 or 7 games. They've been pretty aggressive offensively. For the Grizzlies, they are they're 4-3-2 when out shooting opponents. So they've only outshot opponents 9 times in 28 games this season. Idaho in the offensive zone as they'll drop it off. Walton down the middle, take a righty shot, and that's blocked. Grizzlies come back the other way. Fonstad gets around Demon. Fonstad races to the left wing, and on the back check, Demon took down Fonstad. Puck to the right side. Connor Mayer skates around an Idaho defenseman. Mayer tried to bounce it across. It bounced off of C.J. Walker. Puck hipping up towards the middle of the ice. Mayer will slide it to his left for the captain, Johnny Fairbrother. He's in the left corner. Around the net for Lebster. Lebster 7 goals this season over to Wood. Woodsheimer, stick save by Thompson as Wood fired away from the right point. As the puck goes towards Brendan Hoffman. Hoffman skates towards his right. And he'll shuffle the puck out to Cron. Cron over the offensive line, right side, drops it for Hoffman. Hoffman around Utah's net towards the near side. Hoffman wearing number 9, 12 goals this season among team leaders. Over to the right point. Harsh over to the right side. Karan, lefty shot, saved by Barcheski. He holds on with 13:49 left in the first. No score. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 5-2. We'll come back in 1 minute on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
We're having a good time here on a Friday night. No score, 13:49 left in the first period. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 5-2. The best chance for Utah so far probably was the centering pass from Neil Shea onto Keaton Mastrodonado that Brian Thompson, the Idaho goaltender, had to make a great save on. Both of Idaho's shots have been grade A chances that Barcheski's made saves on as he is playing his best hockey of the season. Draw on the right side of the Grizzly zone. Idaho in the offensive end. Punter will slide it towards the left corner. Miller lets it go to the right side. Yoon battles with Nick Canati as Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Idaho from right to left. As we're 6.5 minutes in. Battle continues over in the corner, 2-on-2. Puck slides towards Dashke around Utah's net. He'll skate towards the near goal line. He'll backhand it off the boards for Buell, who will force it out to center ice. Puck is picked off at the Utah line by Yoon. Yoon gets to Nielsen across the Buell. One-timer, kick save by Thompson. Rebound shot and a score! Craig Armstrong gets his 4th of the year. And the Grizzlies draw first blood tonight. As a shot mistake from the left side, it bounced off of Thompson. And Armstrong was Johnny on the spot as he high-fives everybody along the Grizzlies bench. Buell took the shot from the right side, bounced off of Thompson. As Cade Nilsson's also going to get an assist. Armstrong to Buell, his shot blocked by Thompson. And Armstrong just kind of on a drive-by, skating towards the net, got the puck, and he fired it past the goal line. So Armstrong with his 4th goal of the season. The assist should go to Cameron Buell and Cade Nilsson. It'd be Nilsson's 10th assist of the year and Cameron Buell's 2nd. Utah leads 1-0 about 7 minutes in. Idaho wins the draw at center ice. Trevor Zins bounced it off. It fits the stick. The puck came the opposite to former Steelhead, Cody Corbett. He moves ahead. Puck goes back to Corbett. He'll throw it horizontally to Nilsson. Nilsson goes D-to-D to Corbett, who chips it to his right for Gallant at center ice. Gallant loses the puck. Register up ahead, looking for Kumatsis. Pass goes wide of the mark onto Corbett. He'll tattoo it off the far boards as Corbett. Fitch tries to chip it towards Gallant. Pass goes tape to tape. Gallant shot saved by Thompson. Actually, the pass didn't quite go tape to tape, but Gallant ended up with it. He took a shot. Thompson makes a save. Kumatsis moves to his right for Svetlikov. He wears number 36, right point. Righty shot, slides towards Barcheski, who cuts it off and makes the save with 12:37 left here in the first. So for the Grizzlies, it's their 4th forward line that gets the job with Armstrong, Buell, and Nielsen getting the assists. Draw's going to be on the right side. Luke Manning will take it against Steelheads captain A.J. White. White in 29 games this year has 5 goals and 20 assists. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Neil Shea dangles back and forth. Now he tried to chip it ahead towards Mastrodonado. Pass goes wide of the mark. As the Steelheads swinging out to neutralize for Patrick Cudler, who's acting as a 4 tonight. He'll loft one onto White. White trying to corral the bouncing puck as he gets knocked down by Manning along the end boards. Fairbrother along the near side will wobble one ahead towards Masha Donato, who got a stick lifted by Slava Demon. Demon takes it. He'll backpedal into his own zone as Moynihan moves it across towards White, who lifts it over the head of one of the linesmen deep into the Grizzlies zone. As Mayer will slide it towards Shea. Shea skips it to Manning. Manning out to center ice. He gets bumped by Demon, who's had a good shift. Manning chips it across. Bouncing puck's taken by Dashke. He'll veer off to the left as he steps over the offensive line. Dashke over to Masha Donato. Left side shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound goes towards Patrick Moynihan, who's making his Steelheads debut. He played with Greenville earlier this year. Big time hit as Dashke delivered a blow on Hoffman. That's going to be a penalty. As Dashke is going to go to the box. Hoffman didn't see Dashke's hit coming. And so Derek Dashke delivered a big-time shoulder check on Hoffman at center ice. Dashke can't believe it. But it's going to be an Idaho power play with 11:39 left in the first. That's one of those where the call doesn't get made if Hoffman is aware that Dashke's there. It's, Dashke kind of lit up Hoffman, but Hoffman didn't know that Dashke was coming. Idaho on the power play this year is 18.9%. Grizzlies' penalty kill is at an even 60%. Brandon Hoffman will take the draw. Idaho is missing quite a bit of their power play production with Pelton Bice and Crone out of the lineup. And it's the first time both guys have missed games. Connor McEachern has 12 goals in 22 games. He's also out of the Idaho lineup. So it's kind of been a remade Steelheads power play units. Hoffman will take the drives out there with Thomas Cron and C.J. Walker up top for the Steelheads. Arpito Walton and Slava Demon. This might be their secondary power play unit. Keaton Masha Donato will take the drives out there with Shea. The defensive pairing is Brian Yuna and Johnny Fairbrother. Idaho's first power play of the game, 11:35 and counting left in the first. Idaho has the puck. Walton will move it to Cron, right wing. Cron dangles back and forth. Now he gets the Walker back to Cron. Cron just outside the right circle. Will slide one towards Demon. Demon will get poked away by Shea. Shea's got one shorthanded goal this season. He races along the right wing. Shea skates and he'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. And he holds on as a Grizzly player is sitting on a Steelhead. And that's Shea, who fell down in the crease. Oh boy, Neil Shea, he just accelerated through the right side after he took the puck away from Demon. He went low on Thompson. Masha Donato was cutting towards the net. It was a 2-on-2. And Shea got a little bit of air under the puck about waist high, but Thompson was able to make the stop. 1:37 is left in Utah's penalty kill. As Idaho's the one on the power play, but the Grizzlies came away with the first good scoring chance of the Idaho power play. Still has made a line change. White's out there taking the drives out there with Matt Register. So Idaho puts in their primary power play unit. Grizzlies switch things up as well. McMessner wins the draw, but he'll throw it between Fairbrother and Hume. As it looked like the Grizzlies did switch forwards at the last break. As Fairbrother will slice one all the way towards Thompson. He was skating out of his net, and he had to make a save as the puck ended up in the crease. Matt Register gets the puck. He's at neutral ice across center. He will lumber into the offensive zone. He'll dump it into the left corner and chase after it. Register will one-hand it towards Mark Olver. He gets it from behind. White throws it behind the net. Yoon sidesteps an Idaho check. And Fairbrother will clear it out as it clears all the way towards Thompson. Grizzlies make a line change. We're halfway through Idaho's first power play of the game, but it's the Grizzlies that lead 1-0. Fonstad took it away from Register. Fonstad at neutral ice, and he'll dump it back into the Idaho zone as Thompson gets a skipping puck behind his net. Armstrong scored a few minutes ago with Nielsen and Cameron Buell getting the assist. Cudlett throws it up top, but the puck goes back to neutral ice. Over, slices towards Moynihan, who feeds it back towards Registers in the Steelhead zone. Idaho's power play is yet to get rolling here, as we have 25 seconds left in the power play. Over, we'll move it off the near boards. White drops it for Register, back towards White behind the net. He'll slice a bouncer towards Over. Over's along the right wing boards. He'll get it to White. White to Hoffman. One-timer, glove saved by Barcheski. As Hoffman was just hanging out on the right side. White was at the far goal line, got it to Hoffman. Hoffman didn't get all of the one-timer, but it was gloved by Barcheski. 9:50 is left in the first period, and 12 seconds are left in Idaho's power play as Derek Dashke will be itching to come out of the penalty box. Masha Donato's out there taking the draw against Brendan Hoffman. Masha Donato, in 9 games this season for Utah, has 4 goals and 6 assists. Second-year pro out of Canisius, draw won by Idaho. As Hoffman lost the puck, Masha Donato trying to carry it out of the zone. Hoffman holds up Masha Donato as Idaho fires it in towards the end boards. Dashke's out of the box. It's a successful penalty kill for the Grizzlies. Utah still leads 1-0. Yoon gets blasted behind Utah's net by Hoffman. Dashke will loft it off his stick. Dashke along the far side. He gets tripped up, no call. Hoffman skates down the middle, take a righty shot. Glove save by Barcheski. And he holds on as Hoffman just skated down Broadway. Took a righty shot trying to lift it over Barcheski's glove. But Jake holds on as he has been solid here to start the game. Utah leads 1-0. They have outshot the Steelheads 10-5. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Utah leads 1-0 on Craig Armstrong's 4th goal of the season, which was assisted by Cameron Buell and Cade Nielsen. 9:24 is left in the first period. Draws game of the Grizzlies home over in the left circle. Utah skating from left to right here in the period. Idaho wins the draw. Connor Punnett, number 74, left wing. Shot is blocked away by the right shoulder of Barcheski. Behind the net, Andrew Nielsen acts away at C.J. Walker. Walker drops it for Thomas Cron, who slides it up top, left side. Harsh with a righty shot that goes wide. Cron runs down and gets a loose puck in the right corner. Cron being shadowed like a cheap suit by Luke Manning. Cron falls down on the left side, and he'll roll along the boards. Nielsen lost the puck in the right corner. Punter gets hit by Nielsen. Corbett delivers a shot as the puck goes towards the left corner. Cron tries to find it. Hoffman out in front of the net. Pass goes wide. Shea gets a loose puck and new try. So race in. Left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound shot. Hits the side of the net on the second look. As Idaho race into the new try. Smart Hoffman crosses in left wing. Hoffman's been an active forward. Shot kick saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes towards the right point. Zins gets to Hoffman. Hoffman slides to Register. Register dances around on the left side. He's being shadowed by Briley Yoon. Register wings the puck towards the right wing along the boards. Webster moves it ahead. Mayer's got good speed. He'll step over the offensive line, but he overskates the puck. Grizzlies trying to carry it back in, but they're offside as there's 8:18 left in the first. Like Jake Barcheski's been outstanding today, and really for Idaho, they need forwards to step up without Pelton Bice and Crone in the lineup, and Brandon Hoffman has really stepped forward. He played pretty well for Idaho over the last couple weeks, and Hoffman has been outstanding so far. Armstrong's goal was scored 6:41 in, and that gave Utah a 1-0 lead, and that's where we sit. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 11-7 here so far in the opener of this series. Remember, both teams will play on Saturday night as well. Idaho wins the draw. They won 6-2 against Allen on New Year's Eve. As Trevor Zins wearing number 2, blue line to blue line pass, bounced off the Matt Ustaski stick. Ustaski, a big 6'6", 220-pound forward. He was recently acquired by Idaho, making his Steelheads debut. It's his the fourth different team he's been on in the league this year. As Ustaski gets pinned to the boards by Mayer, Grizzlies come out with it. Left side, Webster stops along the near boards after stepping over the offensive blue. He gets hit by a Steelhead. That's Kumant Cease. Puck goes in deep. Swetlikoff throws from one corner to the other. As taking away is Fonstad from Register. Starting pass to Wood. Wood will slide one onto the left corner. Nobody was home. Register will bounce off the far boards. Puck on the left point. Yoon keeps it in. He'll bounce it off the Register, and the puck goes back to new tries. Dashke backhands it towards Yoon. It wings it towards Fonstad at the Idaho line. It bounced off of Fonstad's stick and flies out of play off the protective netting in the Steelhead zone. 7:25 is left in the first. The officials are talking about where the faceoff should be as Fonstad touched the puck and neutralized, and it should be a neutral zone draw. 7:25 left in the first. Utah was shorthanded for 2 minutes. Idaho's Brendan Hoffman had one or two good looks. Grizzlies had a good look shorthanded with Neil Shea, and nobody scored on that Idaho power play. Looks like we got a sellout crowd here at Idaho Central Arena. As the Steelheads win the draw, Kanadi will bounce it off the far glass. Dashke tried to push it in, it bounced off the Miller. Messner tried to muscle his way into the offensive zone. He got taken away by Mark Over. Demon down the middle. He gets around Fitz. Demon over the line right side. He'll drop it for Kanadi. Kanadi right side lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Rebound towards the near boards. Demon feeds up top to Miller. Goes past him. Foot race towards the right side. And jabbing away from Dylan Fitz was Peter Walton, who's looked good in his Steelheads debut. Messner around the boards towards Corbett. Left side. Kanadi gets their stride ahead of him, but the puck goes to the left point. Keeping it in is Cole Gallant. Gallant towards Corbett, sporting a beard. Corbett will slide one on to Fitz, who tried to filter it out in front. Gallant gets it left wing, righty shot, saved by Thompson. He holds on with 6:40 left in the first. It's Utah's 13th shot as the Grizzlies are playing with a ton of confidence tonight. Utah leads 1-0, and they'll have an offensive zone draw with their top forward line out there with Manning, Shea, and Mastrodonado. Manning's going to take the draw, the St. Thomas product, first full season as a pro. A lot of experience among Utah's defensive pairing. Cody Corbett and Andrew Nelson both have over 300 games of pro experience. The other defensive pairings in the lineup tonight have some good experience as well. Dashke and Yoon are both in their second seasons as pros. Dashke did play a little bit for Toledo at the end of the 2022-23 season. Fairbrother is in his fourth season as a pro, third on the ice. He did miss the 2022-23 season. Grizzlies win the draw. Manning gets pinned towards the boards by Connor Punnett, who's a big 6'2", 202-pound defenseman. 2-on-2 battle along the far side. White will come out of the pile with the puck as he'll yank one out towards Kudla. Kudla crosses center ice, and he'll bounce one to the left corner. Kudla chasing after it. He gets pushed by Corbett towards the end boards as Moynihan lost it off his stick. Shea had a glance away by White. Corbett runs down the loose puck. He will loft one out to center ice. Manning will push to his left for Mastrodonado. Races after. He gets in the left corner. He'll drop one for Shea. Shea over to the left side, dancing around. He'll get it towards the left circle. Taking the shots, Connor Mayer. Lefty shot goes wide. As Cade Nelson will throw it towards the right corner. Punnett gets it. Problem he plays for Idaho. Across towards Reese Harsh, who gains center ice. Harsh will whip one around the wall. Harsh is a +11 this season. Fairbrother over towards Buell at the Utah line. 2-on-1 battle. Taking it to C.J. Walker over to Cron, who kicks it towards the front of the net. And Fairbrother will clear it back towards center ice. Walker will bounce it towards the Grizzlies bench. Cron will dump it in. Mayer delivers a hit on Cron. As Fairbrother over towards Cameron Buell. Will loft one across towards Mayer. Mayer pitches 10 feet ahead for Armstrong. Armstrong up top for Buell. Buell to the left side. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound goes back towards Buell. He'll feed it up top towards Fairbrother, directs it towards Mayer. Right side is shots blocked by Hoffman. Fairbrother left side lefty shot goes wide. Grizzlies try to run it down on the right point. Mayer keeps it in. Mayer will backhand it. Airborne about 6 feet off the ice. Over towards Buell. Lets it go to the opposite corner. Grizzlies make a line changes. Idaho has the puck. Less than 5 minutes left in the first period. Utah leads 1-0. Rink wide feed. Looking for Svetlikov. Pass behind him. He couldn't reach it. And icing is on Idaho with 4:48 left in the first. For the Grizzlies, in terms of what their skating roster looks like, it's probably as good of a shape as the Grizzlies' forward line has been. And you look at the win-loss record, obviously it's 8-17-3 on the season, but the Grizzlies right now, in terms of how their lineup looks, they're probably in as good a shape as they've been in all year. And for Idaho, without some key forwards, without Francisco Arcuri, Ty Pelton-Bice, Connor McEachern, Hank Crone, they're missing 4 key forwards in their lineup. Grizzlies win the draw. Right side, Yoon shot is sticked away by Thompson, who's played a good game so far. He has saved 14 of 15. Karan will skip one towards the right point. Yoon keeps it in. Yoon around the boards to Wood behind Idaho's net. He tried to throw it towards Fonstad, who swung and missed as Idaho poked it away. Still it's Karan. Gets challenged. Grizzlies still in the offensive zone. Left side. Dashke fires towards the net, and that goes wide. Dashke has a point in 16 of 21 games this season. Zins will skip one out to center ice. Puck bounces like a basketball towards the Grizzlies zone. Brian Yoon skates behind his net towards Fonstad. Back to Yoon, who's now on the near side. He gets it towards Dashke, who extended his stick just far enough to poke it towards the Idaho line. Wood trying to get to Fonstad, and Idaho took it away. Puck skips towards the left wing. Idaho over the line. Kumatsis will fire it towards the end boards. Kumatsis, an Arizona State product. Corbett over to Fonstad on the far side. Fonstad back off the boards looking for Corbett, and Idaho throws it back to the Utah far corner. Dashke over to Wood. He loses at center ice. Taking his Idaho as Walton avoids Wood's check, but Walton lost the puck. Andrew Nelson out to neutral ice, crosses center down the middle. Now he steps over the offensive line, veers off to the left. Nelson now on the left wing. He goes down as Slava Demon took him down. Demon's been a physical presence for Idaho so far. Now left side, Nilsson up top to Corbett. High slot to the lefty shot. And that's blocked by Nick Canati. Nilsson throws it towards Shea. One-timer, he scores! Nilsson to Fitz to the back of the net. Dillon gets his 6th of the year. And the Grizzlies extend the lead. It's now a 2-0 game. Great pass by Andrew Nilsson. He was in the right point. He found Fitz all alone in the left wing. And Fitz's one-timer was like a laser beam past Brian Thompson. So Fitz gets his 6th goal of the year. And for Andrew Nilsson, who had 10 assists in 11 games in December, Nilsson picks up his 11th assist as a Grizzly, and this being his 12th game. And overall this year, it's Nilsson's 16th assist of the season. Utah now leads 2-0 on goals from Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz. Idaho dumps it in. Barcheski behind his net will whip it to the far side as Neil Shea will bounce one out to center ice. As Punnett will move one ahead towards Kudla to White, who drops it for Kudla, who steps in left side. Kudla gets around Fairbrother as he skated towards the middle of the ice. Grizzlies take it away. Asher Donato out to Shea. Rink wide feed. Skips off the board. Shea runs it down. He's in the Grizzlies offensive zone. Shea in the left point. Over towards Manning. Manning gets pushed by Punnett. Puck kicks towards the circle. Far side. Idaho takes it. Reese Harsh will lumber out to center ice. And he will float one on towards the end boards. Barcheski will drop it for Connor Mayer. 2.5 minutes are left in the first period. Utah leads 2-0. The Grizz have outshot the Steelheads 16-8. Connor Mayer behind his net will wing one out towards the left side. Buell drops it for Armstrong. Armstrong over the offense line, drops it for Buell. Buell swings and misses from the left wing. He gets the puck back. He'll skip one up top to Dashke. Dashke fires towards the net, and it's sticked away by Thompson as Idaho. Matt Register out towards Miller. Miller trying to drop it back for Register. It goes to Over. Over throws to the right wing for Canati. Canati over the line, gets around Dashke. Feeds one out in front looking for Miller. Pass is picked off by Buell. And so rainbow one into the Idaho zone. Running it down is Trevor Zins. Grizzlies make a full line change. 1:47 and counting left in the first period. Utah leads 2-0. Trevor Zins will move one out towards Register across the center ice down the middle. And he will fly one towards the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. Utah skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 203. As Register couldn't reach it. And if he can't reach it, nobody can with his long stick. Hoffman near goal line trying to get towards Register is being challenged by Hume. And now Utah takes the puck back with Dashke. He'll get across center ice, dangling back and forth over to Wood. Back to Dashke in the give and go. Dashke in the right wing gets pushed along the boards by Walton. As Fonstad, right side, Walton was occupying Fonstad. Canati takes it away, and he will wobble one towards neutral ice, batted away by Wood. Now Idaho resets. Karan gets it tapped away by Fonstad. Karan gets it back at the Idaho line as he will skate towards Thompson. He'll move it to his left for Register. Less than 1 minute left in the first period. Grizzlies lead 2-0. This is about as good as the Grizzlies have looked in quite a while. Maybe the best they've looked all year. Over towards Walton, wearing number 21 in his Steelheads debut. Head towards Walker. He gets it taken away. Messner gets around Walker. Starting pass Lepster. Shot saved by Thompson. Corbett, left side. He'll take a lefty shot, and that's blocked in the slot. Register tried to throw it out. Lepster kept it in. Grizzlies are hustling here tonight. Puck back to neutral ice. Karan crosses center. As he dangles back and forth. Now a backhand it deep into the Grizzlies zone. Barcheski behind his net will whip it to the far side. Karan lets it go to the point. Taking its Harsh. Righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. As the puck was just bouncing towards Harsh, and somehow he was able to fire a good-looking righty shot onto Barcheski, who held on. That was kind of a crafty knuckle puck towards Barcheski, but he did a good job not letting it trickle out in front of him as he was able to corral it, as there's 18.8 seconds left in the first. A great effort by the Grizzlies here tonight. First of a two-game series. The Grizzlies will be back on the Maverick Center ice for the first time in 2025 next Friday as they have a two-game series against the Kansas City Mavericks. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 18-9. Matt Ustaski, the big 6'6", 220-pound forward. It's the fourth different team that he's been on this year. He'll lose a draw to Manning. Mastrodonato gets it. He'll pitch one out towards Shea. It goes past him. And it's going to be icing on Utah with 10.1 seconds left in the first. So draw's going to come back towards Barczewski. Face off over in the left circle. Ustaski will take the draw once again against Luke Manning. Manning's really been a good anchor there in the middle of Shea and Mastrodonato. That forward line that's on the ice right now is giving the Grizzlies all sorts of scoring chances, even though the goals have been scored by Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz. Grizzlies moving out to neutralize after winning the draw. Idaho floats one back in. Barczewski behind his net. We'll hold on to it till the buzzer as we have played 20 minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. As Reese Harsh and Keaton Mastrodonato get reacquainted as they exchange some words. Grizzlies will head to their locker room in outstanding shape. This is about as good as the Grizzlies have looked all year. Utah, and now Nick Canotti's taking it up verbally with Keaton Mastrodonato. They talk at center ice, and the four officials, the two referees and two linesmen, are just pleading for both teams to go to the locker room. Both teams will cease and desist, and they will head their separate ways. And for the Grizzlies, a dominating 20 minutes of play where they outshot the Steelheads 18-9. And they got goals from Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz. Fitz's goal came 16:44 in with Nielsen and Cody Corbett getting the assists. Grizzlies didn't have a power play in the first period. Idaho had one-man advantage. And Neil Shea probably had the best look on that Idaho power play, shorthanded on the right wing. We'll come back and talk some hockey and recap the first 20 minutes of play. We'll also go over some NHL and ECHL scores on the other side. After one period, it's Utah Grizzlies 2 and the Idaho Steelheads nothing. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires because more warranty means less worry. And nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
First intermission here at Idaho Central Arena, and the Utah Grizzlies lead 2-0. Craig Armstrong picked up his fourth goal of the year, 6:41 in, with Cameron Buell and Cade Nielsen getting the assist. Buell took a shot from the right wing and bounced off of Thompson, and Armstrong was cutting towards the net. He got the rebound and fired it away. Armstrong came into play tonight with 3 goals in his last 9 games. Armstrong's been outstanding as of late. He is a +1 or better in 8 different games this season, and Armstrong is a +1 here through 20 minutes at Idaho Central Arena. So Armstrong with Utah's first goal, which was scored 6:41 in, with Buell and Nilsson getting the assists. Grizzlies scored again 10 seconds later, 16:44 in, so 10 minutes and 3 seconds after Armstrong made it 1-0. It was Dylan Fitz scoring from the left side. As Andrew Nilsson had the puck in the right point, Grizzlies had the puck in the offensive zone for quite a bit. Nilsson threw a rink-wide pass that connected to the left side for Fitz, and Fitz's one-timer was just lasered past Thompson. That's not normally how Dylan Fitz scores goals. He doesn't normally get them on one-timers. He just kind of, most of the time, just skates towards either the left circle or the right circle with momentum and fires kind of that little wrist snapshot type thing. Most of the time going top shelf. He doesn't normally score on one-timers, but he did here late in the first period. Fitz got his 6th goal of the season. Nilsson and Cody Corbett with the assist. For Corbett, that's his first point of the season. This is his 9th game in a Utah uniform. And for Andrew Nilsson, he's been a great distributor. Remember, he was acquired by the Grizzlies in a trade with the Worcester Railers at the start of December. He played in all 11 games in December and had 10 assists. In fact, the 10 assists led the Grizzlies in the month, and Andrew Nilsson with the main assist on Fitz's goal. And for the Grizzlies, this is about as good as I've seen them look all season. For the Grizzlies, they're playing with a ton of confidence. They're even doing a good job on the penalty kill. Derek Dashke got a charging minor, 8:21 in, but Neil Shea probably had the best look of anybody on either team. Short-handed, he had a good look from the right side. It's interesting, we've talked about that Grizzlies top forward line. They haven't contributed anything in terms of goals, but Keaton Mastrodonato, Luke Manning, and Neil Shea, the Grizzlies top forward line tonight, each have 2 shots. So 6 shots total by the Grizzlies top forward line of Mastrodonato, Manning, and Shea. Reed Lebster's had a pretty good first period, no points, but he took 1 shot. Briley Wood had 1 shot in the first period. And Cole Fonstad was active in the first frame. Didn't register anything statistically, although he was pretty active on both ends of the ice. So it's good to see the Grizzlies' 3rd and 4th forward lines tonight get Utah on the board. And for the Grizzlies, they got to test that forward depth of the Idaho Steelheads, who are without 4 key forwards. They're without Francisco R. Curry, Ty Pelton-Bice, Connor McEachern, and Hank Crone. And for Pelton-Bice and Crone, it's their first missed game this season. And so their forward depth has certainly been tested. In fact, they only have 11 healthy forwards right now. And they had to make Patrick Kudlow, who was the league's defenseman of the year last year, they had to make him a forward for tonight's game. And so the Grizzlies have really done a good job challenging Idaho at really all 200 feet. They've done a good job challenging Matt Register, especially in the Idaho zone. And the Grizzlies have played with a lot of confidence as they lead 2-0 after 1 period of play. And after all, the Grizzlies' best period this season has been the second, where the Grizzlies have a second period goal in 14 straight games. Among the 18 shots Utah had in the first period, we had mentioned Manning, Mastrodonato, and Shea each had 2 shots. Brian Yoon, Cameron Buell, and Dylan Fitz also had 2 shots. So 6 different Grizzlies players had 2 shots in the first period. There were also 6 Grizzlies that had 1 shot in the first period, including Armstrong, who scored on his 1 chance, 6:41 in. Dashke, Wood, Lebster, Fairbrother, and Gallant each had 1 shot on goal. For Idaho, their best forward was Brendan Hoffman. He led the way with 3 shots, and he was very active on both ends of the ice. And obviously at a point where Idaho is going to need some forwards to step up, looks like Brendan Hoffman has done just that, as he has been an outstanding performer for Idaho all season long with 12 goals this season in 29 games. Hoffman is a +4, and he was Idaho's best performer in the first period. Nick Canati had 2 shots for Idaho. Thomas Karan, Reese Harsh, Blake Svetlikov, and Connor Punnett each had 1 shot in the first period. Jake Barcheski was outstanding, making 9 key saves in the first period. He was 9 for 9. Brian Thompson for Idaho, he saved 16 of 18. Thompson's got a .906 save percentage this season, and in the first period, a little bit less than 90% in the first frame. We'll see what happens in the middle 20 minutes of play, but the Grizzlies certainly are looking good here at Idaho Central Arena tonight. Other games in the league involving Mountain Division opponents. After 2 periods, Kansas City leads Allen 3-1. Early third period, Wichita leads Iowa 5-0. Boy, Wichita's playing good hockey. The Thunder last week won 2 games against the Idaho Steelheads, including a 5-0 victory over the Steelheads. Wichita right now has the 3rd most standings points in the Mountain Division, and they have a record of 18-11-2. And Wichita, they have won 3 in a row, and they are 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. And tonight, Wichita is opening up a can on a good Iowa team. 5-0 is a score early third period at Idaho's at the Interest Bank Arena. After 1 period, Tulsa leads Rapid City 2-0. One other game, including a Mountain Division opponent. Tahoe and Maine are currently in overtime, tied at 2. Tahoe's got a record of 18-8-2-1 on the season, and Maine is 11-14-2. Both teams will get a standing point as they have begun overtime over at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, Maine. Other action in the league, games have gone final. Trois-Rivières scored 6 unanswered first period goals, and they cruised to a 7-2 victory. Alex Bocage, the former Grizzly forward, who was with the club for the majority of the second half of last season, he was active for Trois-Rivières as he had 1 goal and 1 assist, and he was a +1 for the Lions in their victory. Former Grizzly defenseman Corey Thomas had 1 assist for Trois-Rivières as their record on the season goes to 19-4-4. They have been one of the best teams in the league all season long. Indy got a 4-1 victory over Kalamazoo over at Fisher's Event Center. The Indy Fuel, it's now their 3rd win on home ice in their new building, and the Fuel's record goes to 13-11-2-2. Greenville gets a 5-2 victory over Orlando. Wheeling in a North Division showdown. How about Wheeling and Norfolk this year? Wheeling with the 5-4 victory. Their record goes to 23-5-1. And Norfolk in the loss, their record goes to 19-9-3 as Wheeling defeats Norfolk at the Scope 5-4. In a shootout, Reading defeated Worcester 4-3. It looks like Tahoe just scored in overtime as the Night Monsters defeated Maine 3-2. South Carolina and Atlanta are currently in overtime, tied at 2. Florida, the 3-time defending champs, they lead Jacksonville 6-2. That game's halfway through the 3rd period. Toledo leads Fort Wayne 4-3. Fort Wayne scored the first 2 goals of the night. Fort Wayne has 2 assists from former Grizzly defenseman Kyle Mayhew. Mayhew was 2nd-team All-League last year as a member of the Grizzlies. That game's a barn burner over at Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne as there's 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd period. Toledo leads Fort Wayne 4-3. Early 3rd period, Cincinnati leads Bloomington 3-1. Grizzlies will be following those teams over the next couple weeks. As the Grizzlies, after this week, their next road trip will be a 4-game trip in the eastern part of the country. Grizzlies will face the Cincinnati Cyclones on January 15th, and then the Grizzlies will head to Bloomington for the first time ever and face the Bison in a 3-game set January 17th, 18th, and 19th. Cincinnati leads Bloomington 3-1 as Grizzlies will get familiar with those opponents here later in the month of January. When we come back, we'll check in on those who are living the dream and go over the 5 NHL scores tonight. And we'll also talk some hockey as we lead our way to the 2nd period. As Grizzlies were outstanding in the first, out shooting Idaho 18-2 as they got goals from Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz, 10 minutes and 3 seconds apart, as Armstrong scored 6:41 in and 16:44 in. Dylan Fitz on a one-timer from the left wing on a great pass from Andrew Nilsson made it a 2-0 score, and that's where we sit here at Idaho Central Arena. We'll come back and go over some NHL scores on the other side. This is the first intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Utah leads 2-0 after one period. 5 NHL games tonight. One has gone final. Florida in a shootout defeats Pittsburgh 3-2. The Florida Panthers will be in the Salt Lake Valley next week. It'll be the Panthers' first ever trip to the state of Utah as they take on the Utah Hockey Club on January 8th. I'm hoping to go to that game next Wednesday. That'll be a ton of fun as the defending champions will be in the state of Utah on Wednesday, January 8th. Florida tonight defeats Pittsburgh 3-2 in a shootout. After two periods, St. Louis leads Ottawa 3-0. Early third period, Chicago leads Montreal 2-1, but Montreal is currently on a power play. After one period, Edmonton leads Anaheim 1-0. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picked up the Edmonton goal as the Oilers have been outshot 10-7. Ducks have the slight shot advantage, but the Oilers have a 1-0 lead that game after one period. And starting up in a few minutes, Nashville is at Vancouver. Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, will be back in action tomorrow as they take on Montreal at 5 o'clock. Former Grizzly goaltender Trent Miner was recalled to the Colorado Avalanche today as the Avalanche had a goaltender injury in last night's game against Buffalo. And Trent Miner, it's possible he's going to be up there a few weeks, meaning that it's possible that Trent Miner will make his first NHL start at some point over the next week. The NHL affiliate of the Idaho Steelheads is the Dallas Stars, and Dallas's next game is a 6 o'clock affair tomorrow as they host the Utah Hockey Club. Dallas on the season is 23-13-1. The Utah Hockey Club is 17-15-6. Last night, the Utah Hockey Club got a big 5-3 victory over the Calgary Flames as Utah scored 3 unanswered third period goals. Last night, Colorado, we had mentioned the goaltending injury, but Colorado picked up a 6-5 victory over Buffalo. Scott Wedgwood saved 14 of 18 before the injury, and he was replaced by Mackenzie Blackwood, who saved 2 of 3. Avalanche, though, came away with the victory as they scored 4 goals in the third period and 1 in overtime as Colorado defeated Buffalo last night 6-5. Wedgwood's going to be out a little bit, and because of that, it's possible that we'll see Trent Miner make his first NHL start at some point in the next week. We'll come back and have second period action as we got a sellout crowd here at Idaho Central Arena. A little bit more than 5,200 are here as the Utah Grizzlies, they're outstanding in the first period. What can they do in the second? After all, Utah does have a second period goal in 14 straight games. We'll come back and have second period action here in 1 minute. You've been listening to the first intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Now we're about set for second period action. You're here at Idaho Central Arena. There was a lot of verbal jawing at the end of the first period, but no penalties came of it as we'll skate 5-on-5 to start the second period. Grizzlies trivia question. Last season, to start the 2024 calendar year, the Grizzlies picked up an overtime victory against the Newfoundland Growlers. Grizzlies won in overtime. It was their first road victory of the 2023-24 season. And the question is, who scored that game-winning goal for the Grizzlies that night in Newfoundland? We'll give you the answer here shortly. We'll give us some time to think about it and see if you remember the answer. Grizzlies will start the second period with Dylan Fitz, Mick Mester, and Cole Gallant, and a defensive pairing of Connor Mayer and Johnny Fairbrother. Idaho starts the second period with A.J. White taking the draw. He's got Patrick Cudler to his left and Patrick Moynihan to his right. Patrick Cudler, normally a defenseman, but he's acting as a forward as the Steelheads have had a ton of injuries among their forward line. Connor Punnett and Reese Harsh are the defensive pairing. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the second period, but it's Idaho that wins the draw. Punnett to head towards Cudler off his stick. Puck wobbles deep into the Grizzlies zone, run down by Connor Mayer. Mayer tried to backhand it towards Fairbrother. He gets challenged by Cudler. White sharp angle shot hits the side of the net. Rebound shot by Moynihan goes wide. Moynihan scored on opening night for Greenville. He hasn't scored since. Moynihan the right side skips one towards White. White corrals the puck, second pass, shot to score. White to Cudler to the back of the net. And Idaho gets on the board with 19:35 left in the second. And with that, one fish gets thrown on the ice. If you play Cam McGuire's predict the fish, it's Patrick Cudler tonight. He gets his 5th goal of the season. A.J. White and Patrick Moynihan should get the assists. There's a guy in a goofy-looking fish hat will do the worm at New Trice. Remember, the Grizzlies will have their first ever fishing night in the month of February. If I remember right, that's against Idaho on February 15th. As the Grizzlies will look to hook the Steelheads on a Saturday night before President's Day. That's going to be a ton of fun. Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion, as fishing night will be next month, the Grizzlies' first ever edition. Cudler gets the goal, his 5th of the year. Grizzlies at center ice, and Shea will sky one in. Thompson will drop it to register, wings to the right side. Mastrodonato gets to Shea, glance off his stick. Steelheads have numbers. Zins crosses center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. Zins gets it jabbed away by Dashke. Dashke wanted an offside call, and he gets one as the whistle blows with 19:16 left in the second. And serenade Jake Barcheski. Barcheski's in his 8th game in a Grizzlies uniform. Cudler got the goal with White and Moynihan getting the assist. There's 25 seconds into the second period. As Utah still leads 2-1. Draw goes between the defensive pairing of Register and Zins. Register runs it down. So he'll skate around Thompson's net. Register will push to his left for Hoffman. Hoffman had 3 shots in the first period over to Cron, who couldn't corral the bouncing puck. Yoon pass Mastrodonato. Register keeps it in. He'll throw it in front of the net. Shot goes wide as it glanced off a Walker's stick as he was hanging out in front of the crease. Steelheads get to the right side. Hoffman dances around the offensive zone. He skates towards the point, trying to chip it ahead. It's taken away by Manning. Will force it out to center ice. 2-on-1. Mastrodonato try to get to Manning down the middle. Bounced off the skate. Yoon tried to force one on to Manning. Puck skips to the left wing. Shea lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Puck still alive. Rebound goes to Idaho. Zins moves to his right for Walker. Walker over the line 2-on-2. He tried to get it towards Cron. It glanced off the Yoon stick. Cron trying to run it down. Dashke moves it towards the near side. Webster got pinned to the boards by Miller. Kanadi left right side. Lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. As Jake corralled it about waist high, he holds on. 18:20 is left in the second period. It looks like Idaho's come out with some sort of momentum here in the first minute, 40 seconds of the second. On New Year's Eve, if I remember right, it was a 4-goal second period that propelled Idaho to a 6-2 victory over the Allen Americans. Grizzlies win the draw. Riley Wood will skate down Broadway as he tries to split a triple team. Wood gets slashed, and I'm surprised a call wasn't made there as Wood got his stick held up as he was skating towards the net. Miller, right side, will dump one in to the right corner. Miller collides with Andrew Nilsson, who has 1 assist tonight. Kanadi to the left wing as he will skate towards the point. Now drop it to the spot he vacated. Nilsson pins Miller to the boards. Puck goes to Wood, and he'll ice the puck. As foot race, Walton gets there before Webster. Icing is on the Grizzlies with 17:48 left in the second. All right, looks like the officials, 2 referees tonight, Nolan Bloyer and Damian Figuera, looks like they're going to let them play tonight. There's been a few calls that could have been made that haven't so far in the first 22 minutes plus of this game. Fonstan will take the draw against White. Idaho wins the draw. Harsh will move it to his left. Left point, lefty shot. Glove saved by Barczewski as Punnett took the shot from the left point. Looked like Barczewski had a bit of a tough time with that one as that puck kind of knuckled off of Punnett's stick. Grizzlies will switch up forwards and get Shea, Masher, Donato, and Manning out there. All three of those forwards had 2 shots in the first period. White, the Steelheads captain, he's been with Idaho since the 2017-2018 season. He became Idaho's captain in the 2018-2019 year. Idaho wins the draw, but the officials say we'll do it over again. In fact, A.J. White has been in Idaho so long, he was a teammate with Cody Corbett. Corbett was here during the 2017-2018 season. Corbett played in 35 games for Idaho that year, and he had 3 goals and 18 assists. Draw one by Utah. Corbett gets it towards Shea. Grizzlies skate from right to left. Shea gets the center ice. He gets back checked by Moynihan. Shea races deep to get it. He gets there about the same time as Reese Harsh. As Punnett will throw it over the top of the boards. Patrick Cutlet will crowd the skipping puck. He'll move it across to Harsh near the Steelheads bench. Harsh will wobble it in. Barczewski throws it around his net to Fairbrother, taking it's Moynihan, who hasn't scored since opening night for Greenville. He's on a 27-game goalless streak. He'll feed it up top. Punnett will skip one towards White. It's picked off by Connor Mayer. Mayer, rink-wide pass towards the right side. Glanced off a Masher Donato's stick. Thompson plays it behind his. Now skip to the left side. Shea with a shot. Stick saved by Thompson. Puck wobbles towards the right side. Rink-wide feed connects to Moynihan. He'll move it to his left for Cudla. Cudla over the line. Back towards Moynihan. It glanced off his skate. Puck goes back to center ice. Punnett crossed the center red line, and he'll rainbow one towards Barczewski. It glanced off of his glove and ricochets off the end boards. Fairbrother gathers it. The captain will move it to his right. Cade Nilsson with 1 assist tonight. He'll get to center ice, and he'll skip one deep to the left corner. Buell gets it off the wall as he dances around the left side, trying to get back up top to Dashke. It glanced off of Kumatsi's stick. Kumatsi's the Arizona State product, will skate around Hume. Kumatsi's in his second full season as a pro. Kumatsi's to the right side. Will wing one towards the left corner. Grizzlies clear it back to center. Puck near the linesman. Throwing it back in is Idaho's Kumatsis, who's had an active shift. He's one of Idaho's faster skaters. Armstrong over towards Yoon. He'll throw it to the left point. It bounced off a Register. Register gets challenged by Messner. Puck goes towards Dashke. Rink-wide feed towards the right side. Goes past Messner. And Utah's called for icing. There's 15:59 left in the second. All right, to answer the trivia question, I'm pretty sure everybody remembers it. Dylan Fitz scoring the overtime game winner against the Newfoundland Growlers. I believe, if I remember right, that was on a Friday night as well, as that was January 5th of 2024. That's the answer to the Grizzlies trivia question. Dylan Fitz scored the overtime game winner against the Newfoundland Growlers. Growlers ended up winning 2 out of 3 games in that series. Fitz has a goal tonight on a one-timer from Andrew Nilsson. Kind of odd. You don't normally see Fitz scoring on one-timers, but he did here late in the first period. Grizzlies lead 2-1. Yoon will wobble one deep into the Steelhead zone. Demon will throw it around his net. Taking the puck is Peter Walton in his Steelheads debut. As Idaho will cross center ice. Thomas Cron's been a strong addition. He played with Norfolk last year. He'll drop it for Demon, who tried to slide one back towards Cron. Puck to the right side. C.J. Walker will bounce it off of Fitz's stick. Loose puck taken by Walton. He'll throw it to the left corner. Yoon gets pushed by Karan. As Dashke over towards Gallant will backhand it off the near boards. Puck goes back to Gallant, who skates around Utah's net to the far side. Rink-wide feed to Fitz off his stick. He was trying to drop it for Messner near the Idaho line. It's taken away by Demon, who's played a good game for Idaho. Demon wearing number 59, big defenseman. Left side will skate over the attack line. Left side, lefty shot. Glove saved by Barczewski. And he holds on as Demon fired away from near the left wing boards. Slava Demon, 6'2", 190 pounds. He's a +4 this season. It's his 12th game of the year. Andrew Nilsson and Cody Corbett combined for assists on the Dylan Fitz goal late in the first period. They're on the ice now. Fonstan will take the draw with Wood and Lepster. Idaho wins the offensive zone draw. Mark over. Left side shot. Kick saved by Barczewski. Rebound goes to Corbett, and he'll clear it off the near wing boards. Lepster to Fonstan. He enters 2-on-3. He'll drop on the right side for Wood. Wood skips one out in front of the net looking for Fonstan. It's poked away. Lepster back to Wood, right wing. Wood will skate towards his left. He'll feed it up top to Corbett. He'll direct it to Nilsson, right side. Nilsson skates in. He'll take a lefty shot. He scores! Andrew Nilsson gets his first of the year as he went bar down past Thompson. And the Grizzlies extend the lead. It's now a 3-1 game. Nielsen first down the celebration aisle across the Grizzlies bench. Nielsen was over in the right point, and he had all sorts of time and space in the world. Once he got it from Corbett, Nielsen just walked into the right circle, and he just roofed it past Thompson. So Andrew Nielsen gets his first goal of the season. He now has a multiple-point game with 1 goal and 1 assist. And for Cody Corbett, that's his second assist of the night. Grizzlies lead 3-1, 5.5 minutes into the second period. Crossing center ice, Mastrodonado will skip one to the right side for Fairbrother. Fairbrother over the line, trying to throw it to the right corner. It's taken away by Register. And Utah takes it away. Manning, right side, trying to skip one across towards Shea. Bounced off the skate of Trevor Zins. Manning off the end boards, loose puck. Register gets it. He gets there stride before Mastrodonado. As Register wobbles one towards the Steelheads bench, it's taken by Connor Mayer. Skates around Utah's net. He'll stop. Now he'll skate towards the near side. Mayer lost the puck. Cudlow will fire it to the right corner. Nobody's home but a Grizzly and Gianni Fairbrother. Around the board towards Mastrodonado. He lets it go. Shea races as icing is waved off. Puck deep in the Steelhead zone. Trevor Zins gets pushed towards the left corner by Shea. Manning bounces one towards Mastrodonado. Taken away as Cudlow. Dashke holds his line. And so get to Manning, who skates towards the left corner. Manning gets double teamed as the referee nearby. The referee got checked towards the boards, as did Manning, who got divorced from the puck. Register will wing one out to the left wing as Idaho, Matt Ustaski, the big 6'6" forward, lumbers into the offensive zone, gets towards Svetlikov, who gets back checked by Yoon. Yoon took it away. He'll get to Dashke. On to new tries for Buell. Across to Nielsen. He's on the left side. Nielsen will wobble it to the left corner. Armstrong gathers it. Fires towards the net. And that's batted away by Kamatsis. Buell gets hit with Kamatsis along the right wing. Armstrong gathers the puck. He'll skate towards the right circle on one knee. Trying to get towards Nielsen. Armstrong back to Nielsen. He's the far goal line. Up top to Dashke. He'll walk down the middle. Now if you're off to the left, he'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Puck bounces out in front of the net and pinballs around. Nielsen gets it back. He'll skate towards the high slot. He'll move it to his left for Dashke. Trying to center it towards Buell. Buell gets it. He'll take a lefty shot. That's blocked by Demon. As Armstrong around the net. Register gathers it behind his goaltender, Brian Thompson. Good shift by the Grizzlies forward line of Buell, Armstrong, and Nielsen. Idaho across the center ice. They'll dump it in. Dashke gets it off the wall. Dashke cross-country pass towards Gallant. Skips off a Demon's stick. Idaho re-enters. Walker drops it for Hoffman. Left side, righty shot. That's blocked by Dashke. Hoffman around the net. He battles with Dashke. Yoon lifts the stick of Hoffman. Puck goes towards the left corner. Karan gets held up by a Grizzly, and that's Fitz. Karan skates towards the left point. Throws to the spot he vacated. Hoffman battles with Yoon. Hoffman gets taken down by Yoon. No call. Officials really are going to let them play tonight. Dashke will wing one ahead towards Gallant. Blue line to blue line pass connects. Gallant tried to center it towards Fitz. Lifting Fitz's stick and clearing it off the near boards to center ice is Peter Walton. Brendan Hoffman will skate towards the right wing. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Puck trickled about 2 feet in front of him, and Barcheski is able to corral it and hold on. Utah leads 3-1 as Andrew Nielsen picked up his first goal of the season as he scored from the right wing, with Cody Corbett picking up his second assist of the night. It's Utah 3, Idaho 1. 11:53 left in the second period. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 1. Utah led 2-0 after one period. Patrick Cudlow got Idaho on the board 25 seconds into the second period. Then Andrew Nielsen got the Grizzlies back to a 2-goal lead. He scored 5:19 in, with Briley Wood and Cody Corbett getting the assist. Action in the Grizzlies zone. Idaho has it in the left point. They'll skip one towards the right side. Webster will bounce it off a Demon's stick. Webster will feed it across. Loose puck. Getting there first is Walton, a stride ahead of Fonstad. Fonstad lifts Walton's stick. Grizzlies get the puck back as Corbett trying to get to Woods. Taken away by Kudla. Cross towards Walton off his stick. Back to neutralize. Demon enters from the right side, and he'll backhand it. Nilsson turns it over, but we get a whistle. As it looked like Idaho was offside. Puck ended up exiting the zone. Nilsson moved it across. And the Steelheads were offside with 11:21 left in the second period. With the Andrew Nilsson goal, that means the Grizzlies have now scored a second period goal in 15 straight games. In fact, the last time the Grizzlies didn't score a second period goal is when they were shut out at Tulsa on November 24th. Grizzlies are up to 22 shots. Idaho has 16. Steelheads do have a 7-4 advantage in the shot count in the second. Idaho wins the draw. Demon swung and missed it, dumping it in from center ice. Leaving it for A.J. White over to Moynihan. High slot, toe drag. Shot is blocked by Connor Mayer. Out to the right wing, Neil Shea tried to bounce it in and instead fanned on it. Idaho's Walton comes up with it. Peter Walton over to Moynihan at neutral ice. He gets challenged by Mayer and Manning. Manning spins around at neutral ice. He'll throw it to the near side and chase after it. He gets there before Demon as he'll lunge the puck towards the end boards. Moynihan on the near side will steer one out to White. White will roll one to the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. White was in Steelheads territory when he dumped it in, so icing is on Idaho. Everett Sheen argues his case. The draw is going to come back towards Brian Thompson, the Idaho netminder. We're about halfway through the scheduled 60-minute affair. And Utah leads 3-1 on goals from Craig Armstrong, Dylan Fitz, and Andrew Nilsson. It's interesting. Nilsson's gone this long into the season without a goal, considering he scores about 8 or 9 a year. In fact, he had 8 goals in 36 games with the Grizzlies in the 2021-22 season. 2 years ago with Utah in 47 games, he had 9 goals to go along with 32 assists. Nilsson was named to the league all-star team back in the 2022-23 year when he was a member of the Grizzlies. Cade Nilsson will take the draw against A.J. White. Nilsson with an assist tonight. Puck goes to the left wing. Yoon, left point. They'll take a shot, and that's blocked by Nilsson, who was battling with A.J. White. As puck to the right side, Zins goes down. Armstrong in the area. Armstrong over towards Nilsson, who tries to muscle his way past A.J. White. Nilsson up top to Dashke. Left point. His shot is blocked by the stomach of Patrick Moynihan. Now Kudla gets it from White. Kudla to the right side, tried to move it ahead around Yoon. Yoon took it away. Yoon, the Colorado College product, second-year pro. Armstrong spirits his way into the zone. Right side over to Dashke. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Thompson. And after the whistle, Mark Olver and Derek Dashke push each other. 10:08 is left in the second period. Utah leads 3-1. It's the first of a 2-game series here in Boise. Tomorrow night, same time, same channel, and I imagine we're going to get a similar-looking crowd. I don't see hardly an empty seat here at Idaho Central Arena. This building holds about 5,200, and it looks like it's a sellout tonight. Draw one by the Steelheads. They skate from left to right. Zins around his net to Kanadi. Kanadi will pitchfork the puck out to center ice. Puck wobbles towards Messner, stops the Utah line. Rink-wide feed connects towards Gallant. Gallant steps over the offensive line, dangles the puck on the right point. Gallant fires towards the net. It goes wide. Messner on the left wing boards, gets poked away by Mark Over. Over dives to throw it to Miller to his left. Miller over the line right side as he gets around Dashke. Miller now to the left side will backhand it to Register. He directs it to Zins. High slot, righty shot gets redirected and it goes wide. It got redirected by Mark Over. It's been a long time pro. Register left side fires towards the net. It goes wide. And Zins will race after the puck deep in the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck personnel-wise as they get Wood, Fonstad, and Lepster out there along with Nielsen and Corbett. Utah leads 3-1 as there's 9 minutes, 15 seconds and counting left in regulation. Register will bank it off the far boards. Taking the puck is Kumats East near the Grizzlies bench. Now he'll swirl around. He gets around Zins. Now he drops to Zins. Long-range pass for Swetlikoff goes wide of the mark as Nielsen gets at the Utah line. Over to Fonstad, who skips it about 10 feet in front of him. He tried to chase after it. And Register will throw it back to the Utah line. Corbett to Nielsen. Nielsen saucers one long range towards Lepster. Pass goes tape to tape across to Fonstad, who enters from the right side. Fonstad will skip it towards Corbett. Left side, he'll take a lefty shot and redirected as he was looking for Wood. Thompson makes the save. Everybody hacking away. Wood over towards Fonstad. He's in the left corner. He gets a rough ride. from Trevor Zins. Lepster in the area as the puck goes over to Idaho. Kumatsis tried to carry the puck out of the zone. Puck went a little bit too far in front of him. Now Register gets it left side. Across looking for C.J. Walker. Pass misses him. Walker gets off the boards. Corbett tried to check Walker but missed him. Puck goes bouncing to Fonstad. He'll move it to his right for Wood. Wood crosses center ice, and he will fire it in. Thompson behind his net. We'll move it towards Punnett. Long-range pass off of Manning's stick of new tries. Walker skates in left side. He gets pushed by Mayer as the puck skips towards Fairbrother left wing. Long-range pass off of the boards looking for Neil Shea. No icing on the plays. It's deep in the Idaho zone. As Walker will carry it to the right wing out at center ice. He'll move it to Karan. Karan races to the right side. Takes a lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And he holds on with 7:44 left in the second. It's the Grizzlies 3. The Steelheads 1. We're back in 1 minute. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's Utah 3, Idaho 1 as there's 7:44 left in the second period. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 26-17. Grizzlies have goals from Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz, as well as a second period goal from Andrew Nelson. Idaho's lone goal was scored 25 seconds into the second period as Cudla picked up his 5th of the year with A.J. White. And Patrick Moynihan getting the assist. Draws in the Grizzlies zone. Jake Barcheski's been outstanding so far, saving 16 of 17. Shea trying to get the puck at the Utah line. It bounced off of his stick. Harsh across to Punnett. Punnett out to center ice. Puck bounced off of Fairbrother, who was battling with Thomas Karan. Fairbrother was trying to find the puck. Connor Mayer has it. Easy races down Broadway across the center ice. Mayer's got good speed. Enters the zone left side. Gets around Harsh. Mayer over to the right side. He's a great skater. Over to Shea. Shea right side skates towards the goal line. Feathers one out in front looking for Manning, but it hits the side of the net. Puck rolls along the near boards towards Fairbrother. He's in the left point. He fires towards the net. And it's skated away by Punnett as the puck glanced off of Punnett's skate. Thomas Karan will move it ahead to center ice. Fairbrother races after it in the Grizzlies zone. Fairbrother gets the puck at the far goal line, Utah's end. He'll bounce it off the near boards. Puck goes back to Idaho at center ice. Moynihan will backhand it towards White. Taking it away is Cade Nielsen at the Utah line. Is Nielsen over towards Mayer. Mayer to center ice for Shea. Shea dumps it in. Grizzlies will make a change. Coming on the ice is Buell, Armstrong, and Nielsen will stay out there. That forward line has been outstanding for the Grizzlies so far. No icing on the play as Cudla redirected it. New tries, even though he was in Grizzlies territory. Cudla lets it go to new tries. Demon will run it down. He'll get it across to Walton, back towards Demon. He'll move it to new tries for Moynihan. Left wing, Moynihan gets cut off by Buell. Buell looking for the puck as he spins around, taking it to Cade Nielsen. He'll drop it back for Yoon, who steers to Dashke. Dashke will pitch one out to Nielsen, who enters from the right side. Nielsen will move it to the right corner. Armstrong gets held up by Walton. Boy, the officials aren't going to call much tonight. Cade Nielsen across to Hume. He's in the left wing. Hume, hot pass to Dashke, connects to the right side. Dashke skates towards his left. High slot, lefty shot goes wide. Puck kicks back towards Dashke, who skates towards the left corner around Kumatsis. Kumatsis to Armstrong, as Kumatsis was battling with Dashke. Now Hume across to Messner. He's in the left wing. Messner will roll the puck along the boards. Buell stops on a dime, skates towards the right side, gets to Messner. Right side, lefty shot. Glove saved by Thompson. He holds on with 5:30 left in the second. Another timeout. Utah still leads 3-1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires because more warranty means less worry. And nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Utah leads 3-1 as there's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. Grizzlies have been outstanding here tonight. This is about as good as they've looked all season. Utah is coming off a successful homestand where they picked up 7 out of a possible 10 standings points as they went 3-1-1. They won 2 out of 3 games against the Tahoe Night Monsters, and then they split a 2-game set against the Rapid City Rush. Grizzlies have really gotten the job done offensively. After all, they had 6 goals in each of the 3 games against Tahoe, and they had 8 goals in 2 games against Rapid City, and they've got another 3 tonight. Idaho skating from left to right. They'll lose the puck at the Utah line as the Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the period. Right side, Jade Miller stops in the right point, moves it towards the middle, bouncing puck towards Olvera, skate in onto Barcheski, runs into Barcheski. Both guys back to their feet, high slot, register, dance around, he'll throw it to the right side. Nobody's available as Dashke, right corner, will throw it past Fitz and past Zins. As Utah's going to get called for icing with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left in the second. If you joined us late, congratulations to Nate Klurman. This past Sunday, Klurman made his NHL debut. Remember when the Grizzlies won the division title back in the 2021-22 season, they had an outstanding defensive lineup, and Nate Klurman was part of that. He had 54 games with the Grizzlies during the Mountain Division Championship year, and 24 points, 3 goals, 21 assists, and a plus 16 rating. Klurman played last Sunday for Pittsburgh in a 3-2 victory over the New York Islanders. Off the draw, punt it right side, shot goes wide. Boy, it looked like he would have had the top corner near side if he wanted it, but just couldn't quite get the accuracy. Idaho skating from left to right. Matt Ustaski, a big 6'6" forward, to move it to his left. Idaho over the offensive line. They look to center it towards Walker, who couldn't corral the bouncing puck. Fonstad out to the left wing, crosses center ice. Idaho back defensively. Fonstad will dump it into the left corner. He tries to get around Reese Harsh. Fonstad now held up by Harsh. Ustaski trying to yank the puck away as Lepster gets hit in the back a few times by Svetlikov. As the puck goes off the corner towards the near point, Svetlikov gets it taken away by Lepster. He'll get it to the right side for Fonstad. He dances around. Fonstad over to Andrew Nilsson. Right side back to Fonstad. He'll shuffle towards his left. Get it back to Nilsson. Across to Fonstad. Left wing lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. He holds on. Boy, Andrew Nilsson's been outstanding tonight. He was on the right side. He found Lepster to the left side. Pass went horizontally towards the left circle, and Fonstad gathered it. He fired it towards the middle of the chest of Thompson, who gathered it and made the save with 4:02 left in the second. Earlier today, Trent Miner was recalled to the Avalanche from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw in the left circle. Manning's out there with Shea and Mastrodonato. Corbett and Nilsson both out there. Nilsson with 1 goal and 1 assist. Corbett with 2 assists. Manning's kicked out of the faceoff circle. Brendan Hoffman will take the draw for Idaho. Mastrodonato crouches down. Second-year pro out of Kenesha, 6 feet, 205 pounds. Off the drop, rolls towards Thompson, hits the side of the net. Idaho's Thomas Cron. He's got good speed. He'll step over the offensive line, drop it for Moynihan. Moynihan skates towards the high slot, takes a righty shot. Blocker saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes to Utah. Mastrodonato crosses center ice. He'll chip it to the left corner. Shea runs it down, and they'll move it to Manning behind the net. Back looking for Shea. Walton will throw it off the top of the boards to Moynihan near side. Moynihan will drop it to center ice for Demon near the logo. Over to Thomas Cron. Idaho enters on side. Nilsson takes Cron off the puck. Has taken it is Mastrodonado behind his net. He'll move it to his left for Fairbrother. Fairbrother spirits it out to Manning. Manning gets back checked. White took the puck away. Now back to Utah's. Nielsen will throw it to Demon at center ice. Idaho enters. Karan, left side, slap shot. Misses wide. Armstrong gets the puck. Bouncing puck into the offensive zone. Armstrong towards the left side. Takes a lefty shot. And that one's bounced away as Zins and Register took the puck away. Now Zins crosses center ice. Steps over the offensive line. Veers off to the right. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Jake holds on with 2:54 left in the second. Idaho does have a little bit of a shot advantage here in the second period. Grizzlies outshot the Steelheads 18-9 in the first period. Idaho's taken 11 shots in the second. Grizzlies have taken 10. Utah led 2-0 after one period. Both teams have one goal here in the middle frame. Draw one by Idaho. Cutlet to Zins. Right point. Righty shot goes wide as Zins missed the net. Stick side on Barcheski. Armstrong tried to enter the offensive zone. Register cut him off. Puck bounces at center ice. A.J. White swirls and throws to Cutlet on the right side. Cutlet over the attack line. He gets double teamed by Mayer and Nielsen. Nielsen yanks the puck away, and he will rainbow it out to center ice where it's gloved and dropped by Register. Register spins around. Center ice trying to dump it in. It's taken away by Nielsen, who trying to get towards Buell. Register looking for Nielsen. Nielsen gets around him. Buell left side. Skates towards the near side. Trying to center it towards Armstrong. Bounced off of Thompson, who's able to corral it in the crease. But once again, a great offensive shift by Buell, Armstrong, and Cade Nielsen. Boy, the two coaches, Ryan Kanasowicz and Christian Horn, have to love the production they're getting from their fourth forward line tonight. Draws game in the Steelhead zone. Mick Messner will take it with Gallant and Fitz. That's been a pretty strong forward line as well. And with Idaho being without four key forwards, including Pelton, Bice, and Crone, who are missing in action for the first time tonight, I mean, you're talking about Idaho's forward depth really being tested, and the Grizzlies are taking advantage of that. So they're getting great production from their third and fourth forward lines tonight. Fitz has it at center ice. He'll skate in left wing. He'll dump it into the corner. Gallant chasing after it. Punt it. Gets there first. Fitz delivers a blow on Reese Harsh as Gallant gets a basketball pick from Punnett. Puck goes back to Punnett. He'll slide one ahead as the Steelheads get to neutral ice. Crossing center ice is Jade Miller. He'll lumber into the offensive zone. Left side. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And he will hold on as a shot went at Barcheski's right shoulder. And somehow Barcheski was able to just collapse the puck and hold on to it around his right shoulder. Boy, this is by far been the best Jake Barcheski's looked as a pro. As that shot was taken high by Miller, Barcheski got about a foot of air up over the ice as he leapt to make that save. Barcheski's been outstanding tonight. He has saved 20 of 21. Grizzlies win the defensive zone draw. They'll whip it around the board towards the left side. Lepster gets cut off by Punnett. Punnett's got an NHL contract with Dallas. Wood gives Harsh a rough ride towards the left wing corner as Dashke throws it back to the corner. Taking it is Idaho's Reese Harsh. No loft one deep into the Grizzly zone. Dashke runs it down. Idaho makes a line change. A minute and a half left in the second period. Grizzlies lead 3-1. Fonstad over the line. Will drift one towards Wood, who trying to get towards a cutting Dashke. It glanced off of his stick. Now Fonstad gets it in the left wing. Fonstad skates towards the point. Now reverses his field back towards the left circle. Trying to get towards Lebster and fanned on it. Demon takes the puck. He'll whip it towards the far side. Puck skips off a stick. Corbett will race after it in the Grizzly zone. He gets the loose puck. He'll move it across to Fonstad. Fonstad will loft a prayer into the Steelhead zone right corner. It's taken by Demon, who's been very active tonight. Demon stops over in the left corner. Gets double teamed by Messner and Wood. Now Demon will skate towards the right corner. So he's got the puck. Steelhead spread the ice. Hoffman out at center ice. Gets around Corbett. He enters the attack zone. Hoffman fanned on throwing it towards Barcheski. Grizzlies will curl one out towards Shea as he gets poked away by Walton. As C.J. Walker over the line, he's surrounded by four Grizzlies. He'll move it to the right side for Cron. Cron tried to center it back towards Walker. Bounced off of Manning. Manning to Shea. He's a new try. Over to Mastrodonado, right wing. Mastro over the line. Takes a right wing righty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebounds to the left wing for Manning. Luke Manning spins it behind the net. Shea trying to gather it, but it's taken by Idaho's Pito Walton. Walton tried to shovel it ahead. Puck bounced off of Mastrodonado onto Hoffman. Back to Register. Late in the period. 2 seconds left. Register will fire it towards the Utah line, gloved and dropped by Andrew Nilsson. And that will do it for 40 minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. Utah led 2-0 after one with goals from Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz. Idaho got on the board 25 seconds into the second period as Patrick Cudla got his fifth of the year. Cudla's acting as a forward tonight. Grizzlies responded about 5 minutes later as Andrew Nilsson found the back of the net for his first goal of the season. It's Nilsson's 18th goal in a Utah uniform. Cody Corbett and Briley Wood picked up the assists. It's Corbett's second assist of the night as he had one assist in the second period. And Briley Wood got his 13th assist of the season. After two periods, it's Utah 3, Idaho 1. We'll come back and recap the first 40 minutes of play, and we'll also go over some league scores. It's been an outstanding performance by Ryan Kanasewicz's crew, but the goal is obviously to play a full 60. We'll see if they'll accomplish that here in the third period. It's Utah 3, Idaho 1. The Grizzlies now have a second period goal in 15 straight games. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
After two periods, Utah leads Idaho 3-1. We had mentioned that Idaho has had some forward injuries, including two key ones. Ty Pelton Bice and Hank Krohn are out for the first time this season. Connor McEachern and Francisco Arcuri are also out of the lineup. Idaho only has 11 healthy forwards, and they've had to move Patrick Cudla up front to a forward spot. Because of that, the forward depth for Idaho has been tested here tonight. And for the Grizzlies, they've got a pretty strong and deep forward line. And really, it would spend the third and fourth forward lines that have gotten the job done for the Grizzlies here tonight. The Grizzlies' fourth forward line is listed in Ryan Kanasewicz's lineup. Card comes through to get Utah's first goal, which came 6:41 into the first period. Craig Armstrong got his fourth of the year. Cameron Buell got a second assist. And Cade Nilsson picked up his 10th assist of the season. And that gave Utah a 1-0 lead, 6:41 in. As Buell took the shot from the right side that bounced off of Thompson. Armstrong got the rebound, and he put it in the back of the net. This is Armstrong's fourth goal in his last 10 games, with this being the 10th game. And Utah led 1-0, 6:41 in. And that's Utah's fourth forward line tonight, and they've been outstanding here tonight, not only with that goal, but, boy, through two periods. You're talking about a line that's really made an impact on both ends of the ice. It's been Armstrong, Buell, and Cade Nilsson. 10 minutes and 3 seconds later, Grizzlies extended the lead as Andrew Nilsson was in the right point, threw a cross-country pass to Dylan Fitz that connected. Fitz on a rare one-timer. He picked up his sixth goal of the season from the left circle as Nilsson and Corbett picked up the assist. That was 16:44 into the first period. Fitz gone to sixth of the year. Nilsson with his 11th assist in a Utah uniform and 16th overall. Cody Corbett picked up his first point as a Grizzly with the assist, 16:44 into the first. Utah led 2-0 after one period. They outshot the Steelheads 18-9. In the second period, the Steelheads had a slight 13-12 advantage in the shot count. Idaho scored on their first shift of the second period as Patrick Cudla got his fifth of the year, with A.J. White and Patrick Moynihan getting the assists. Moynihan's in his Steelheads debut as he was just recently acquired in a trade with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Less than 5 minutes later, Andrew Nelson was in the right point. He had the puck, and he had all sorts of time to do whatever he wanted. He just kind of casually skated towards the right circle, and he just roofed it over Brian Thompson to give Utah a 2-goal lead back, 3-1. With the Utah advantage for Nelson, it's his first of the year, and it's his 18th in a Utah uniform. Briley Wood picked up an assist, which is his 13th of the season, and Cody Corbett got his second assist of the night as Nelson scored from the right wing, 5:19 into the second period. The officials have really let them play. There's been a few calls that probably could have been made, maybe should have been made, but haven't. Idaho is 0 for 1 in the power play. Grizzlies haven't had a power play yet. Derek Dashke got a charging minor, 8:21 into the first. And Utah had one pretty good look on that Idaho power play which came from Neil Shea. 30 shots through 2 periods for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies really have done a good job kind of pushing the pace offensively. Last Friday against Rapid City, Grizzlies had 42 shots, and really over the last month, maybe even the last half of the month, if you start with the 6-game stretch against Tahoe, the Grizzlies are averaging about 32 shots per game over the last 8 or 9. And Utah is 4-3-2 when out shooting opponents this year. 4 might be the magic number for the Grizzlies. After all, when scoring 4 or more, the Grizzlies are 8-1-1 on the season. Utah did score first tonight. Grizzlies are 5-3-2 when scoring first this season. Utah's 3-1 when leading after 1 period. That certainly held true with the 2-0 lead after 1 period. And when leading after 2 periods this season, the Grizzlies have a record of 6-0. It's a 2-goal advantage for the Grizzlies, but they got to find a way to complete this full 60-minute attack if they want to come away with 2 standings points. Grizzlies are up 2 heading into the third period. In terms of the shot count for the Grizzlies, Briley Wood and Neil Shea each lead Utah with 4 shots. Masha Donato and Cameron Buell each had 3 shots. Quite a few Grizzlies with 2 shots on goal, including Hume, Dashke, Dylan Fitz, as well as Luke Manning, then a few other Grizzlies with 1 shot through 2 periods. The Idaho Steelheads, Brendan Hoffman leads the way with 4 shots. He had 3 shots in the first period. Nick Canati had 3 shots through 2 periods. 2 shots each for Thomas Caron, C.J. Walker, Connor Punnett, and Mark Olver. And a few other Steelheads with 1 shot through 2 periods. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 1. It's the second of 9 regular season meetings between the clubs. Oddly enough, after this weekend, the Grizzlies don't have another game here at Idaho Central Arena during the regular season. That's certainly odd. The Grizzlies will have 6 games at Maverick Center against the Idaho Steelheads. Utah will host Idaho for a 3-game series, January 31st, February 1st, and 3rd. 3 games in 4 days. Face off all 3 nights will be at 7:10. Then the Steelheads come back to Maverick Center a couple weeks later. February 14th and 15th will be at 7:10. And President's Day, February 17th, will be at 3:10. And don't forget to join us for a couple of those games in February. Some of the great promotions of the season are upcoming over the next month or two. Remember, the Grizzlies will have the annual Guns and Hoses night against the Idaho Steelheads. If I remember right, that's going to be on February 1st. That's going to be a 7:10 start. Guns and Hoses is on February 1st with multiple police officer versus firefighter charity games in the afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. That's Saturday, February 1st against the Idaho Steelheads for Guns and Hoses night. And we had mentioned before, we are really excited about the Grizzlies' first ever fishing night as they look to hook the Steelheads on Saturday, February 15th. The Grizzlies will be wearing fishing-themed specialty jerseys, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what those look like. Fishing night's going to be on Saturday, February 15th. That's the Grizzlies' first ever fishing night as they look to hook the Steelheads on a Saturday night in the second of that 3-game series. We'll come back and go over some league scores, and we'll also check in on those who are living the dream as we'll get the scores of the 5 NHL games tonight. After 2 periods, it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 1. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Why is Is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
5 NHL games tonight. 3 have gone final. The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers defeat Pittsburgh 3-2. Lundell, I believe, scored the shootout game winner. Matthew Tkachuk added a goal. Sam Reinhart also scored, but it was Lundell that got the shootout game winner as the Panthers defeat the Penguins 3-2. Florida's record goes to 24-14-2. Now remember, the defending Stanley Cup champions will be in the Salt Lake Valley next week. Next Wednesday, January 8th, Florida will make their first ever trip to the Salt Lake Valley as they take on the Utah Hockey Club. That's going to be a ton of fun next Wednesday over at Delta Center. Blackhawks defeat the Montreal Canadiens 4-2, and St. Louis gets a 4-0 victory over Ottawa. 2 games in progress. After 2 periods, Edmonton leads Anaheim 2-1. Brian Nugent-Hopkins and Darnell Nurse have the Edmonton goals. Brett Leeson has the Anaheim Ducks goals. They're through 2 periods. Edmonton leads Anaheim 2-1. After 1 period, Nashville and Vancouver are scoreless. Let's check in on the Mountain Division scores. Wichita defeats Iowa 5-0. Wichita last week got a 5-0 shutout win over Idaho. It looks like the Thunder are off to an outstanding start this season as their record goes to 19-11-2. Thunder got goals from 5 different players, including Mikkel Stenell, who picked up his team-leading 15th of the year. Kansas City defeats Allen 5-2 as the Mavericks record goes to 27-3-1. Mavericks came into play with a 700-point percentage. For Kansas City, they were led by Cade Borchard, who scored his 21st goal of the season. Although it looks like Kansas City had a very balanced attack offensively. Marcus Crawford had 2 assists. Nobody had more than 1 goal for Kansas City. Victor Osman picked up the victory in net as he saved 24 of 26. Kansas City gets their 20th win of the year. The defending Western Conference champions defeat Allen 5-2 over at Cable Dahmer Arena. Toledo held on to defeat Fort Wayne 4-3. Former Grizzly Kyle May, who had 2 assists for Fort Wayne in the loss. Cincinnati held on for a 3-2 victory over Bloomington. Florida defeats Jacksonville 6-2. Getting the win in net was Johnson, who saved 24 of 26. Colton Hargrove, the former Allen American forward, had 2 goals and 2 assists for the Everblades. They defeat Jacksonville 6-2. In a shootout, Atlanta defeats South Carolina 3-2. In overtime, Tahoe got a 3-2 victory over the Maine Mariners as Brennan Kapchek got the overtime game winner 42 seconds in with Simon Pinard and Barry Hughes getting the assists. In a shootout, Reading defeated Worcester 4-3. In a North Division showdown, Wheeling gets a 5-4 victory over Norfolk as Wheeling's record goes to 23-5-1. The other finals, Trois Rivières scored 6 goals in the first period, and they cruised to a 7-2 victory. Former Grizzly Alex Bocage had 1 goal and 1 assist. Indy gets a 4-1 home victory over Kalamazoo. Greenville defeats Orlando 5-2. When we come back, we'll have third period action. We'll also dance to $10 by MIA. We love doing that every time we come to Boise. There's all those fun things to do when you're here in the city of Boise. I'm not sure. Tomorrow I might even think about going to the San Diego State-Boise State basketball game. That's going to be an outstanding showdown. That's a 2 o'clock start here in the Mountain Time Zone over in Boise at the Boise State campus. It's kind of interesting when you think about college campuses sometimes being away from the downtown area. Really, the Albertson Stadium with the blue turf really is only about a 10 to 15-minute walk from Idaho Central Arena. Looks like we got a sellout crowd here, and it looks like an outstanding crowd. I've even seen some Grizzlies fans in attendance wearing the professional green. Saw some black Grizzlies jerseys here as well. It looks like we got an outstanding crowd here and a really good night for 2 points for the Grizzlies. We'll see if the Grizzlies can complete a full 60-minute effort. They led 2-0 after 1 period. Both teams had 1 goal in the second frame. For the Grizzlies, from top to bottom, this has been about as good as they've played all season. Utah had a successful homestand to end the 2024 calendar year, going 3-1-1, picking up 7 out of a possible 10 standings points. And the Grizzlies are certainly hoping that successful homestand will jumpstart them the Grizzlies back into the playoff race. We'll come back and have third period action on the other side. You've been listening to the second intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Grizzlies have a 3-1 lead heading into the third period. Are dancing to $10 by MIA. Cam McGuire, look at his dance moves. He's really grooving. And for the Grizzlies, Jake Barczewski's been having a good one as well. He has saved 21 of 22. Barczewski looking for a second straight victory. Vinny Duplessis, the backup goaltender tonight. He picked up 2 victories in the month of December. His first 2 wins as a pro. Grizzlies will start the third period with the forward line of Dylan Fitz, Mick Messner, and Cole Gallant, with a defensive pairing of Gianni Fairbrother and Connor Mayer. For Idaho, they're going to start the third period with A.J. White, Patrick Cudla, and Patrick Moynihan. That forward line picked up Idaho's lone goal, which came 25 seconds into the second period. The defensive pairing is Reese Harsh and Connor Punnett. Sellout crowd here at Idaho Central Arena, close to 5,300. And for the Grizzlies, they're looking for their 4th road victory of the season, and they're playing about as well as they've done all year. Grizzlies will be skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 203. Idaho will be skating from right to left. Grizzlies in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. 20 minutes are put on the Idaho Central Arena scoreboard clock. Grizzlies are 6-0 when leading after 2 periods, and they're looking for their 7th victory when leading after 2 here tonight. Idaho wins the draw. Punnett at the Idaho line. Over to Cudla. Hot pass goes past him. No icing on the play. Actually, icing is called as we get our first whistle 9 seconds into the third period. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We know there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there. We appreciate everybody who chose the Grizzlies tonight. Mick Messner, who leads Utah in shots on goal in the season. He'll take the draw against the captain, A.J. White. White has been with Idaho since the 2017-2018 season, with the exception of 1 year when he was a Grizzly. Fitz, high slot. He'll take a shot that's blocked by Punnett as Grizzlies won the faceoff. Grizzlies have held their own in the faceoff circle. Right side, Gallant, as he's falling down, skating towards the middle of the ice. He'd lose the puck. Cudla over to the left wing. He'll step over the offensive line. Toe drag, lefty shot, saved by Barczewski. Rebound goes to Fitz, and he'll clear it off the far wing boards out to center ice. Harsh runs it down to the Idaho line. Blue line to blue line pass goes to punt it, and he'll sky it. Out of play off the protective netting as we get a whistle. 19:23 is left in the third. John's going to be back at neutral ice. Grizzlies won't have that many home games in the month of January. In fact, the Grizzlies will only have 6 home games in January, beginning on January 10th. Near the Utah line, shot saved by Barczewski. Hold on. 19:17 left in the third. Next home game for the Grizzlies will be next Friday as they take on the Kansas City Mavericks. Face-off will be at 7:10. Gear tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. Manning will take the draw against Brendan Hoffman. Hoffman leads Idaho with 4 shots through 2 periods. And the linesman drops the puck, but he says, we'll do it over again. Chan 4. He's the linesman that's dropping the puck here. Thomas Crom will take the draw as Hoffman's kicked out of the circle. Draw won by Idaho. Trevor Zins, left wing, will take a righty shot. That's blocked by Masho Donato off his knee. He'll get up slowly. Grizzlies with a long-range pass that connects to Manning. 3-on-2. Masho Donato, right side shot, is blocked by Trevor Zins. Behind the net, Neil Shea skates towards the right corner. Shea, 12 goals in 11 games. He'll take a shot. It gets ricocheted and a score! Shea fired into traffic. I'm not sure if Masho Donato redirected it or not. Grizzlies players say Neil Shea picks up the goal. Either way, it's a 4-1 Grizzlies lead. Well, there's about 2 or 3 bodies to Thompson's right. Shea fired it into that traffic. When the Grizzlies were celebrating the goal, they had said that Shea had scored. Masho Donato was in the area. It bounced off of something. I'm not sure if it bounced off of Masho Donato or if it bounced off of Steelhead. If it's Shea's goal, it's his 13th of the year. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate from left to right, leading 4-1. This Idaho Central Arena crowd is stunned. Thompson behind his net will throw it to the left wing. It's jabbed towards the Idaho line. Corbett keeps it in. They give the goal to Neil Shea, his 13th of the year. So Shea gets the goal. He now has a goal in 10 of 12 games with the Grizzlies. Andrew Nilsson around Utah's net. He'll get it towards Lebster, who spirits it out towards Wood. Wood solicits it towards Fonstad along the right wing. It's jammed back to neutral ice. Connor Mayer back in the Grizzlies zone. Will tattoo it off the far boards looking for Lebster. Puck rolls on to Thompson. He'll drop it behind his net for Slava Demon. As we're about 2 minutes into the second period. And Demon will loft it into the Steelheads bench. No delay of game as the puck would have bounced off glass had there been glass there. Draw's going to be in the Steelhead zone for Neil Shea. It's unbelievable what he's done so far as a Grizzly. He now has a goal in 10 of 12 games and a point in 11 of 12. With that goal, Shea extends his point-scoring streak to 6 straight. Wonder if Masho Donato picked up an assist. Oddly enough, when you score a goal and you're in the opposing team's barn, as Idaho will ice the puck airborne. Chasing after it, Canadi. He didn't hear the whistle. And now Cameron Buell pushes Canadi as things start to get spirited. Canadi will then backpedal. As Canadi was acting like he didn't hear the whistle as Idaho got called for icing. Now Canadi and Armstrong talk things over. The referee says, my bad on Canadi. It was kind of a soft whistle, but it was blown. Canadi took the puck and he just skated in front of Utah's net and took a shot on Barczewski. Looked like Nick Canadi said, my bad. Icing is called on Idaho. Draw's going to come back towards Brian Thompson. I'm curious, Masho Donato was out there with Shea. I wonder if he's going to pick up an assist. Looks like Luke Manning picked up an assist on the Shea goal. It's Manning's 9th assist of the season. Looks like the draw's just going to come back to neutral to center ice. And Masho Donato did get an assist on the Shea goal, which was scored 1:05 into the third. That means Masho Donato's point-scoring streak extends to 7 games. Draw lifts at center ice. Canadi has a bounce off his chest. He gathers the puck. Canadi, a former defenseman, he's playing forward for Idaho, and he switched officially to a forward spot this season. Action near the Idaho bench. Connor comes out of the Pyle with the puck will get it towards Harsh. Harsh crosses center ice, and he will loft a prayer into the near corner. His prayer is unanswered. His Fairbrother wings along the far wing boards. Armstrong gets held up by Jade Miller. Harsh will fire it off the end wall. Puck slides towards the left corner. Punt it. Skips it across to Miller. Idaho skating from right to left during the period over to Armstrong, who takes it away for Utah. Armstrong gets to center ice, and he'll flub one in. Grizzlies make a full line change. 17-11 and counting left in the third. Utah leads 4-1. Grizzlies will one-hand it towards Fitz on the right side. Fitz gathers it after it bobbled off of his stick. Dashke around the net to Gallant. He gets hit by Connor Punnett. Now Messner takes the puck. He skates towards the left corner. He'll chip it up top to Dashke. Across to Yoon. Over to Fitz in the high slot. Fitz will fire it into the vacated left corner. Gallant chases after. He gets there about the same time as Kudla. Puck goes to the near side. A.J. White will bounce one across towards Kudla. Kudla gets around Dashke. As Kudla tries to feed it towards the right circle, it's jabbed away by Messner. Taking it as Dashke. Around the net to Yoon. Yoon will curl one out towards center ice. Bouncing puck. Zins towards Kudla. He'll skate towards the right circle. Kudla centers it out front towards White. It's cut off by Barcheski. Net gets dislodged. As Register out in front of the net. Collided off his. He was battling with Dashke. And it's still a 4-1 game. Great job by Jake Barcheski playing with confidence as the centering pass was picked off by Barcheski as Kudla was trying to find White out in front of the net. 16:21 is left in regulation. Grizzlies lead 4-1. As Kudla, a Grizzly player, was diving in front of Kudla as they show the replay. Great pass by Kudla to get around towards White. Barcheski cut off the pass, looking for White out in front of the crease. 16:21 left in the third. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 31-25. Draw one by Idaho. Register fires towards the net. Saved by Barcheski. Now around the wraparound looking for Hoffman. He lost control of the puck. Corbett clears it out to center. Zins gathers at the Idaho line. He'll zip one across to Register. Register hot pass to Hoffman. Hoffman moves to his left for Cron. Cron over the offensive line, skates towards the near goal line, skates around Utah's net. Cron trying to get towards Register. Glanced off the Utah stick onto Register. He danced around the right point. Register will skate towards his left. Now Register is over to the left wing, being shadowed by Manning. Register tried to force one across towards Cron. Pass goes wide of the mark. Shea will sprint into the offense's zone left wing. He got spun around by Cron. Shea gets divorced from the puck. As Idaho, C.J. Walker races out to center ice. He crosses the center red, and he'll dump it in. Barcheski behind his net will lay it for Connor Mayer. 4.5 minutes into the third period. Utah leads 4-1. Over to Fonstad. He'll cross center ice. He'll step over the offensive line. He danced around just outside the left circle. Fonstad drops it back for Mayer. Left point. He tried to throw it back towards Fonstad. It's picked up by Idaho. As the Steelheads, Swetlakov will one-handed in deep to the Grizzly zone. Mayer around Utah's net. He's got outstanding speed. Over to Wood. They're trying to get to Lebster, cutting across the center ice logo. Passes wide of him. Over the offensive line, Kumatsis tried to bounce one onto Swetlakov. It goes over his stick. Lebster steers one to Fonstad, who crosses center ice. Fonstad dumps it in. Thompson behind his net will whip it to the right wing. Lebster cuts it off. Lebster skates towards his left. Now push it to Dashke. Dashke left side shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound. Wood battles with a Steelhead, and that's Peter Walton. Walton pushes Wood along the glass. Another Steelhead comes out with it. As Idaho, Demon out towards Kumatsis. Over to the right side. He'll step over the line to Swetlakov. Back to Kumatsis. He tried to center it. It bounced off the Yoon stick. Puck in the left corner. Wood to Yoon around the net. Yoon's got outstanding speed. It might be a Colorado College thing. Every Colorado College product I've seen is an outstanding skater. Yoon crosses center ice. He'll fire it onto Thompson. As it bounce off his glove. Slava Demon around his net to the near side. Demon out to Kanadi left side. Kanadi across to Over. Over on the right side. Steps over the offensive line, but the Steelheads are offside as the whistle blows with 14:05 left in the third. So draw is going to come back to neutralize. Grizzlies will get the forward line of Messner, Fitz, and Gallant out there. Defensively, it's Cody Corbett and Andrew Nelson. Corbett 2 assists. Nielsen 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Draw one by Idaho. Punnett will whip the puck around the boards. Barcheski cuts it off behind his net, wearing number 39 in the back of his black black jersey over to Gallant. He'll throw it to the left point. Miller gets blasted by Messner as Mark Olver will backhand it across towards Harsh. Harsh trying to get the punt. It goes wide of the mark. Left side. Olver shot saved by Barcheski. And he dives in front of the crease to cover up. Boy, Jake Barcheski's been a brick wall tonight, as he has now saved 26 of 27. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 1. We're back in 1 minute on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 1. Kiss cam here at Idaho Central Arena. Fans having a good time. Hardly an empty seat here at Idaho Central Arena. Crowd of about 5,300. Draws give me the Grizzlies zone. Jake Barcheski's been a star tonight. He has saved 26 of 27. Grizzlies have goals from Craig Armstrong, Dylan Fitz, Andrew Nelson, and Neil Shea. And for Shea, it's his 13th goal, and this is 12th game as a Grizzly. Idaho left side, up top towards Zins. Now to Register. He's in the high slot for Moynihan. Register fires towards the net. It goes wide. As over along the right wing boards, Fitz will bounce it off of White. On the follow through, it hit White in the face. We've only had one power play tonight. This officiating crew has really let both teams play. Zins out towards Hoffman. Now to neutralize. Register crosses center, and he'll lightly tap it in. As Connor Mayer will chase after it. He'll zip it along the near boards. Puck goes to the left point. Trevor Zins keeps it in for Idaho. Kudla feeds it to Register. He's on the right side. Register dances towards his left. Now he gets to Zins. Zins in the right wing will take a shot. That one's sticked away as Messner battles behind the net with a steelhead. Utah comes out with a puck. Dylan Fitz will race to neutralize. He'll spirit himself out to center ice. 1-on-3. He'll dump it in from center as Fitz has some words with Patrick Moynihan as Idaho comes out with it. Register gets shadowed by Shea. Now Idaho in. Hoffman right side. Shot is blocked by Connor Mayer. Masha Donato crosses center ice. He'll step over the offensive line. He'll take a right wing righty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound shot by Manning. Saved by Thompson again. Now Manning will throw it up top. Nobody was at the left point. Grizzlies reset. Yoon towards Masha Donato over the line. He tried to get to Manning, cutting down the middle. It's glanced away by Register. Utah's the back of their line. Yoon to Dashke. We got 12-10 and counting left in the third. Grizzlies lead 4-1. Yoon gets the center ice, and he'll wing one around. Manning, right side, tried to spin around Karan and Demon. Demon throws it back towards the left corner. Action deep in the Steelhead zone as Masha Donato gets pushed by Hoffman. And taking the puck is Idaho's Peter Walton in his Steelheads debut. He'll pitch one out towards Walker at center ice. Hitting is starting in a pickup here at Idaho Central Arena. Yoon gets the puck. Long distance pass towards Lebster. And the linesman says that Lebster didn't get a piece of it as he was trying to tip it in. And icing is on Utah with 11:36 left in the third. Same teams tomorrow night. It's really hard to believe that tomorrow will be January 4th, and it will be the last time the Grizzlies will play here at Idaho Central Arena. Idaho does have 6 games later on in the season at Maverick Center, but it's really odd to think that these teams won't meet nearly as much as they have in years past. Idaho wins the draw, punt it, left side, lefty shot, and sticked away by Wood. Wood flexes the stick to make sure it's not broken. Right side, righty shot is blocked by Fonstad. Boy, the Grizzlies are blocking one shot after another tonight. They played an outstanding game. Fonstad over the line, and still tapping off the end boards. Punt it after it. He'll whip it around to the right side. It glanced off of Matt Ustesky's stick. Nielsen gets it center ice. His pass is off of Svetlakov's stick deep into the Grizzlies zone. Corbett boxes out Svetlakov for the puck. He'll move it to Lebster. Pass is tipped to center ice. Idaho's Connor Punnett will skate back to his line. and he'll curl one on towards Kumatsis, who has a glance away by Lebster. It's been an outstanding defensive effort by the Grizzlies tonight. Utah over the line. Fonstad around the boards. Connor Mayer trying to cut it off in the right point. Kumatsis will force one out to neutralize. Getting it is Lebster. He'll take the loose puck. He'll skate in left side. Lebster skates down the middle. He takes a shot, and that's sticked away by Punnin as it flies out of play. 10:42 left in the third period as Utah still leads 4-1. When we say the Grizzlies have played a complete game, I mean, it starts with Jake Barczewski and net. He has saved 26 of 27. All 4 forward lines for the Grizzlies have contributed. Buell, Cade Nilsson, and Armstrong are out there. All 3 of those guys have played strong games. All 3 defensive lines have played well for Utah. And the Grizzlies have blocked a ton of shots. From start to finish, this has been an outstanding effort by the Grizzlies. Cade Nilsson will take the draw against Jade Miller. Miller's in his 3rd season with Idaho. Cade Nilsson with 1 assist tonight. He now has 10 on the season. Nilsson's kicked out of the face-off circle. He doesn't know why. Cameron Buell will take the draw against Jade Miller. 10:42 left in the third. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 35-27. Draw one by Utah. Fairbrother, left wing, high slot. He'll take a shot that goes wide. Armstrong drops it back for Cade Nilsson. Nilsson gets occupied. Nilsson has 3 goals on 15 shots this season. Register zips one out to center ice for over. He gets tripped up by Connor Mayer. No call. As we mentioned, they're letting him play tonight. They're not calling much. Cade Nilsson negotiates his way through center ice. He gets blasted by Mark Olver. Trevor Zenz zips one ahead towards Kanadi. Kanadi over the line, but the linesman says the Steelheads are offside. Fans voice their displeasure, but offside is called on the Steelheads. 10:13 left in the third. And the draw is going to be back into the Steelhead zone. Ryan Kanaswich and Christian Horn have to be ecstatic about the Grizzlies' effort tonight. Grizzlies are playing with an extra bounce to their step here in the first game of the 2025 calendar year. Nick Messner will take the draw against Idaho's A.J. White. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Derek Dashke, a point in 16 of 21 this season. He's been scoreless tonight. He'll push it to Yoon. Across to Fitz. One-timer. And that hits the side of the net. That was on a bit of a sharp angle. Messner gets pushed into the net, but it keeps its balance, does the net. Punnett gets the Demon. Demon around the boards. Puck to the near side. Fitz trying to force it out. Idaho keeps it in. They'll throw it to Demon on the right point. It bounced off the boards and goes back to center ice. Demon will slice one around the boards. Barczewski will let it go to the right corner. White gets there ahead of Dashke. As now Patrick Kudla. He's strong with the puck. He tries to throw it back towards the point. It bounced off of Messner. Puck goes to neutralize. Dashke gets the 50-50 puck. He'll cross center ice, right wing, and he'll backhand it in. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck. Nilsson and Corbett under the ice, as does Manning, Mastrodonato, and Shea. Steelheads back deep in their own zone, skating from right to left here in the third period. They'll zip it across to center ice. Peter Walton races down Broadway. Now he veers off to the right. Walton around Utah's net. Walton will push to the right side. Kumatsis one-timer, and he didn't get much on it as it misses wide. Corbett will loft one into Steelheads territory. Punnett gathers the puck. Less than 9 minutes left in regulation. Punnett will angle one out to the left for Svetlikov off the board. Svetlikov tried to dump it in, but it didn't get very far. Nilsson out to Manning at center ice. Manning tried to whip it around the boards, but instead it hit off the linesman. Idaho races back to get it. Svetlikov out to neutralize. He crosses center. Grizzlies back defensively, 2-on-3. Idaho enters. Svetlikov taken off the play by Connor Mayer. Fairbrother around the net. Shea held up by Punnett. We'll move it ahead to Connor Mayer. Mayer over the offensive line, 2-on-1. He'll skate to the right side, take a lefty shot that goes wide as he missed the net. Glove side on Thompson. One of the linesmen goes down as Idaho was trying to gain center ice before Matt Ustaski dumped it in. Grizzlies cross center. Fonstad will bounce one in. Register out towards Zenz as one of the referees trying to get out of the way. The officials have been all around the puck. Not where they want to be, though. Fonstad in the right wing as Yoon got blasted by Miller. Lebster, high slot. Righty shot saved by Thompson. Puck goes back towards Lebster. He'll feed it to Yoon. Right side. Yoon trying to throw it towards the net. It bounced off of Miller. Back to Yoon. Right side. Shot is blocked away. Wood gets pushed by Kanadi. Puck to the left wing. Dashke gets blasted by Over. Wood gets engulfed by Zins. Wood goes down as Zins dragged him down, but once again, no call. The officials aren't calling anything tonight. Idaho will loft one over the head of Brian Yoon, and icing is called on Idaho as there's 7 minutes and 26 seconds left in regulation. And with that whistle, it looks like some of the fans have decided to call it a night and head for the exits. The Grizzlies, especially with Idaho trying to climb back into the game, Grizzlies have done a good job establishing quite a bit of offensive zone time. Cade Nilsson's out there with Buell and Armstrong. Jade Miller will take the draw for Idaho. Miller takes a lot of the key faceoffs for Idaho. And the draw kind of stays in the circle for a couple seconds before Idaho takes it. Zins will move it ahead to Olver. Grizzlies back defensively as Olver will dump one into the left corner. As Barcheski will fire it back to the left corner that was vacated. As Walker gets pushed by Buell along the near boards. Punnett will fire it to the near goal line. It's taken by Corbett. On to Armstrong. Punnett left side. Shot gets redirected by Over and goes just wide. As Punnett fired away from the left point. Grizzlies will throw it back into Idaho ice. Armstrong, as he was going for the puck, just Punnett dove. Penalty's going to be on Idaho. It's like Punnett's going to get the penalty. He can't believe it. High sticking looked to be the signal. Armstrong was racing after a loose puck at Idaho ice. Punnett dove to try to make sure Armstrong didn't get it, but Punnett's going to get a penalty. 6:52 is left in the third period. Grizzlies will be on the power play for the first time tonight. Connor Punnett gets 2 minutes for high sticking. Utah leads 4-1. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
6 minutes and 52 seconds are left in regulation. Utah leads 4-1. Connor Punnett got a high sticking minor, so the Grizzlies are on the power play for the first time tonight. Utah has 8 power play goals in their last 10 games. Overall, this season, the Grizzlies are 18.1%. Idaho's penalty kill is 83.6%. Grizzlies win the draw, but it goes between Dashke and Mastrodonato, as Dashke will race after it, and he'll get the loose puck. He'll skate around Barcheski's net. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 37-28. Some of the fans are heading for the exits, calling it a night as the Grizzlies have the 3-goal advantage. Mastrodonato across the center ice down the middle, trying to get to Messner. It bounced off of Brandon Hoffman, as the Steelheads will clear it back into the Grizzlies zone. Taking the puck as Dashke is about 15 feet in front of Barcheski. Now he'll shuffle to his left. He'll push it back to Shea. Shea out to Neutrice. He gets around Hoffman across the center ice. Shea will drop one for Manning. Manning drops it for Dashke. Across to Mastrodonato on the right point. Back to Dashke. Over to Shea, left wing. Shea across to Mastrodonato. Over to Dashke, high slot. They'll dance around, dangle the puck. Now he'll get to Mastrodonato. Back to Shea, left side. Shea will throw it to the goal line for Messner. Now back up top, Dashke will hang around. Hoffman in the area. Dashke looking for the puck. Trying to get to Manning. Got held up by a Steelhead and Matt Register. Trevor Zins will whip one towards the Grizzlies bench. Ricocheting off the boards. Connor Mayer jumped out of the way. Barcheski behind the net gets it. Grizzlies switch up skaters. Brian Yoon around Utah's net. 42 seconds left in the Grizz power play. Wood, long-range pass connects to Fonstad. He'll skate towards the left side. Fonstad around the net. He's got great speed. Wearing number 42. 2 years in the AHL with Cleveland. Over to Yoon. He's on the left side. Shoulder fake. Now he skates towards his right. Pushes to Fonstad. Now to Wood. Wood trying to get it back to Fonstad. Cutting towards the net. Idaho deflects it out of play. A good idea by the combination of Wood and Fonstad. As Wood had it at the far goal line, Fonstad was cutting towards the net. Steelheads were able to snuff it out. 23 seconds are left in the Utah power play. 5:15 is left in regulation. Fonstad will take the draw against Blake Swetlikoff. Fonstad's out there with Fitz and Wood. Up top is two Colorado College defensemen, Brian Yoon and Connor Mayer. They were teammates for 4 years in college. Idaho will deflect it out of play as they won the faceoff, and they tried to roll it along the near glass. But deflected out of play with 5:10 left in the third. 19 seconds are left in Utah's first power play of the game. Briley Wood will take the draw. He's got 1 assist tonight. Wood averaged about a point a game in the month of December, 10 points in 11 games. Wood, the first-year pro out of Rivers, Manitoba. Grizzlies win the draw. Mayer will skate back into his own zone as Grizzlies prepare for life after the power play. As Mayer looking for Fonstad. It got redirected by Cudless, stick at the Idaho line. Punt it. Comes out of the penalty box right now. Both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. 4:50 and counting is left in the third. Scrum over in the left corner of the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the third period. Puck zips back into the Grizzlies zone. Racing after it's Brian Yoon, the second-year pro out of Colorado College. He spent the second half of last season with the Hartford Wolfpack. Yoon fakes it to Wood, throws it to his left for Mayer. Mayer crosses center ice, gets around Moynihan. Mayer over the line, tried to jump his way around Trevor Zins. Now Mayer goes down, Idaho left wing. Cron steps over the offensive line before he gets spun around by Messner. Fitz delivers a big-time hit on Cron. As Grizzlies get it over Mayer's stick. Zins right side, moves it across to Register. Register gets around Messner. He'll lumber towards the right side, feeds towards Moynihan. Righty shot, saved by Barczewski. Big-time penalty. Oh, boy. Mayer got hit behind Utah's net. Cron and Register can't believe it, but it looks like Utah's going to get another power play. It looks like it's going to be on, is it going to be on Cron or Register? 4:01 is left in the third period, and it looks like Matt Register is going to pick up the penalty as he knocked down Connor Mayer behind Utah's net. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 1. We're back in 1 minute. To find out how this one ends as Utah's back on the power play on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
A little noisy in Boise as Utah leads 4-1. 4 minutes left in regulation. Grizzlies in the power plays. Registers in the box for 2 minutes. As Manning gets it to the left side, he'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound goes to the right wing. Mastrodonato gathers it. He'll move it to Dashke, who directs it back to Mastrodonato. He's on the right side. He'll dance around with A.J. White. And now he'll get it to Dashke. Across to Shea. Shea on the left side. Across to Mastrodonato. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Thompson. He holds on with 3:37 left in the third and 1:36 left in Utah's power play. Register got a cross-checking minor, 15:59 into the third. For the Grizzlies, they are playing their best hockey that they've played all year, really. It's been an outstanding 60-minute effort by the Grizzlies tonight as some more fans are heading for the exits. Draw one by Utah. Luke Manning over to the right side. He'll move it across to Shea. Over to Dashke. High slot. Dashke to Mastrodonato. Right side. Take a righty shot. Saved by Thompson. Rebound goes under the arm of Manning. Grizzlies have to race it down to their line. As Manning was looking for that second look, but the puck trickled through him. Manning over the offensive line, but the Grizzlies are offside as we get a whistle with 3:16 left in the third. So Draw's going to come back to neutralize. It's been a very balanced attack by the Grizzlies. There haven't been a ton of multiple-point games except for Andrew Nelson and Cameron. Andrew Nelson has 1 goal and 1 assist. Cody Corbett has 2 assists. Grizzlies have goals from Craig Armstrong, Dylan Fitz, Andrew Nelson, and Neil Shea. Nielsen and Corbett right now are the only two players with 2 or more points tonight. Idaho wins the draw, and they will skip one all the way towards Barcheski. They'll drop it for Dashke. Dashke, oddly enough, is without a point tonight. He has a point in 16 of 21 games, but Dashke's a +2 and has 3 shots. Shea over the offensive line, but taken away is Kumatsi, so will backhand it back deep into the Grizzlies' ice. Less than 3 minutes left. Dashke runs it down. He'll whip it towards Shea off his stick. Manning gets it neutral, so he'll drop it back for Shea. Across to Dashke. He's in the right wing. Dashke will lumber his way to neutral, so he'll drop it to Masher Donato across the center with some speed. He'll drop it for Manning over the line. Manning back up top for Dashke. 35 seconds left in the power play over to Shea right side. About 2:30 left in regulation. Shea over to the right side, skates towards his left. He'll fake it towards Masher Donato. He'll take a lefty shot to Shea, and it goes wide. Punt will backhand it ahead. Puck goes to Thomas Cron, who slides it 20 feet in front of him towards Kumatsi. He'll skeet towards the right side around Dashke. Kumatsi with a shot. Saved by Barcheski. And we get I thought I heard a whistle, none to be had. Looked like some of the players stopped as well. Masher Donato over the line, left wing. Late in the power play, 5 seconds left over to Briley Wood. Shot saved by Thompson. Rebound goes to Idaho. As they'll bounce to the right side, coming out of the box is Register. Hot pass to Register, connects. 2-on-2, he's over the offensive line. He'll curl one out towards the net. Instead, it goes wide. As the puck bounced to Kudla, he's in the left side. Kudla skates towards the corner. He's acting as a forward tonight. Idaho's had 4 key forward injuries lately. Register, his shot is blocked by Lebster. Puck back to Neutrise. Lebster gets it back. We get a whistle as Lebster looked like that blocked shot hurt him a bit. As Lebster skating around. As he'll get checked over by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, as Register fired a blast from the slot. Lebster made the save. Grizzlies get a penalty. Cole Fonstad goes to the box for 2 minutes as there's 1:39 left in regulation. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 1. Last Saturday, Jake Barcheski picked up his first pro win as he saved 27 of 30. Tonight, he has saved 28 of 29. Fonstad's in the box. It's Idaho's second power play of the game. Steelheads win the draw. Cudley's in the left side. Over to Register. Back to Cudley in the high slot. Now to Mark Over, left side. Over, the 34-year-old veteran. Former Colorado Avalanche player who played 3 different seasons with the Avs. Over to Kudla. Back to Moynihan in his Steelheads debut. Left wing. Back up top to Kudla. Over to Moynihan. He danced around the left wing. He's got good speed. Moynihan now walks in towards the high slot. He'll drop it back for Kudla. Kudla towards A.J. White, who tried to move it across and bounced off the captain. A.J. Johnny Fairbrother. Now Kudla, left point. 1:05 left in regulation. Over to Over off the near boards. They'll let it go to Moynihan. Now back towards Over. Over to Moynihan, less than a minute left. Moynihan over to Register. He's on the left side. Register skates towards the left circle. He fanned on a centering pass out in front. He'll regather it and throw it towards Moynihan. Back to Register. He'll slide it towards Miller for White. He'll take a shot. That's blocked by Mayer. Rebound shot blocked by Mayer again. Now Moynihan in the right wing. This baby's in the refrigerator with 40 seconds left. Second pass out to Over. Bounced off of Connor Mayer's stick, and Mick Messner will sky it all the way out. It's going to be a victory for Ryan Kanasowicz's crew with 30 seconds left. As Idaho's still on the power play. They will be for the rest of regulation unless they score. What an outstanding effort by Ryan Kanasowicz's crew. Every forward line contributed, and Jake Barcheski was outstanding in net. Grizzlies clear it out again. As Barcheski's going to get a second straight victory. And for the Grizzlies, they will pick up 9 out of the last 12 possible standings points. 7 seconds left. Walton back at his line. He'll just watch the time run out. And that will do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win 4-1, and there is no doubt about it. As Craig Armstrong and Dylan Fitz scored first period goals. Fitz's one-timer 16 minutes in turned out to be the game winner. Andrew Nelson added a second period goal, and Neil Shea picked up a third period tally as he now has 13 goals in 12 games. And what about Jake Barcheski? He saved 28 of 29, and he was outstanding in net. Great effort by the Grizzlies all around. Andrew Nelson had 1 goal and 1 assist, and Cody Corbett had 2 assists. The Grizzlies will head to the locker room happy as they will look for the 2-game sweep tomorrow night here in Boise. What an effort by the Grizzlies. It's probably the best 60-minute effort the Grizzlies have put forth all season long. Everybody high-fiving Keaton Maldonado as he picked up an assist to extend his point-scoring streak to 7 straight. And Neil Shea now has a point in 6 straight games. We'll come back and have the post-game report. Once again, the final here at Idaho Central Arena. It's the Utah Grizzlies 4 and the Idaho Steelheads 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
What a great 60-minute effort by the Utah Grizzlies tonight as they come away with a 4-1 victory over the Idaho Steelheads. 3 stars of the game. Third star is Neil Shea. He had 1 goal, was a +1, and had 5 shots. Neil Shea now has 13 goals in 12 games in a Grizzlies uniform. Shea has a goal in 10 of 12 games this season and a point in 11 of 12. He's now on a current 6-game point scoring streak where he has scored 8 goals and 2 assists. This is Shea's 12th game of the year for the Grizzlies, and he is up to 56 shots on goal this season, an average of close to 5 per game. Neil Shea is the third star. Second star is Cody Corbett. The former Steelhead gets a little bit of revenge against his former team. Oddly enough, when he played in 35 games in the 2017-2018 season, A.J. White, that was his first year as a Steelhead. Corbett with 2 assists as he assisted on the Fitz goal in the first period, as well as the Andrew Nilsson goal, 5:19 into the second. Corbett with 2 assists. He is the second star. And the number 1 star tonight is Andrew Nilsson, the 6'4", 218-pound defenseman. Had 1 goal and 1 assist. He was a +2. He had 1 shot, and he made it count as he scored from the right wing, 5:19 into the second period. Andrew Nilsson is the number 1 star tonight. But you got to give a ton of credit to Jake Barczewski. He was the third star last Saturday as he saved 27 of 30 in Utah's 5-3 victory over Rapid City. And now Barczewski's won 2 in a row as he saved 28 of 29. And really, if you ask me, I'd probably say Barczewski would be the number 1 or number 2 star tonight. But I guess it's just going to be honorable mention tallies for Jake Barczewski tonight. And he was outstanding in net. He made some big saves. And really for the Grizzlies, you knew the forward depth was going to have to play a role and play a factor in this game. As after all, this is the first time this season that the Steelheads have been without Ty Pelton-Bice and Hank Crone. Arguably, the Steelheads' 2 best forwards missed for the first time due to an injury. And Francisco Arcuri and Connor McEachern are also out of the Idaho lineup. So the forward depth has really been tested by the Steelheads. And for the Grizzlies, this is probably as deep a forward lineup as they've had in quite some time. And that 4th forward line for the Grizzlies combined on their first goal. Craig Armstrong scored 6:41 into the first period with his 4th of the year. Armstrong now has 4 goals in his last 10 games. Cameron Buell and Cade Nilsson picked up the assist. Nilsson now has 10 assists on the season, and Buell now has 2 helpers. That was 6:41 into the first period. 10 minutes and 3 seconds later, Grizzlies extended the lead as Andrew Nilsson was over in the right point. Dylan Fitz was all alone, just hanging out in the left circle. Nilsson with a rink-wide feed angled to the left for Fitz, and Fitz on a one-timer. And he doesn't normally score on those one-timers. It's usually either a wrist shot or a snap shot or something as he's accelerating into the offensive zone from either wing. That's usually where Fitz scores his goals, but he connected on a one-timer, 16:44 in, as he picked up his 6th of the year. Andrew Nilsson and Cody Corbett with the assists. Utah outshot the Steelheads 18-9 in the first period, and they led 2-0 after 1. Steelhead scored on the first shift of the second period as Patrick Kudla, who's normally a defenseman. In fact, he was the league's defenseman of the year last year, but tonight he's had to act as a forward to make up for the Steelhead's forward injuries. Kudla scored 25 seconds in to the second with White and Patrick Moynihan getting the assists. Moynihan tonight made his Steelheads debut as he was just recently acquired in a trade with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Grizzlies got the 2-goal lead back when Nilsson scored 5:19 into the second. Briley Wood and Cody Corbett picked up the assists. Grizzlies led 3-1 after 2 periods. Idaho did have a 13-12 advantage in the shot count in the second period. In the third frame, Grizzlies outshot the Steelheads 11-7. Neil Shea scored 1 minute and 5 seconds into the third, with Luke Manning and Keaton Mastrodonado getting the assist. It was certainly an odd one, as there's about 2 or 3 bodies hanging out to Thompson's right, just right past his shoulder. It looked like Shea tried to throw it into that traffic. It bounced off of something. It was tough to really tell live what it bounced off of, whether it was Mastrodonado or it was a Steelhead, but the puck ricocheted off of something and found the back of the net. They gave the goal to Neil Shea. He got his 13th of the year. It's odd to believe it's only his 12th game as a Grizzly. Luke Manning and Keaton Mastrodonado picked up the assists. For Manning, he now has 9 assists on the season, and for Mastrodonado, that extended his point streak to 7 straight games. Both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. Grizzlies' penalty kill really did a job, in particular, there in the third period. As for the Grizzlies, obviously the penalty kill numbers haven't been great this season, but the Grizzlies are picking it up, and they've been a little bit better on the penalty kill over the last couple weeks. Attendance tonight, 5,217 here at Idaho Central Arena. Time of game was 2 hours and 23 minutes. And for the Grizzlies, even though he didn't get one of the 3 stars tonight, I thought Jake Barczewski was about as good as he's looked in a Grizzlies uniform by a wide margin. We've seen tonight, and really we saw glimpses of it this past Saturday as to why Jake Barczewski won 64 games in 5 seasons as a college goaltender. In 4 years at Canisius College, he had a record of 44, 42, and 8 with a .917 save percentage. Last year at Michigan, he went 20, 14, and 3 and had a .907 save percentage. And this is about the best we've seen Jake Barczewski look. It's possible you might see Vinny Duplessis tomorrow. And with the injury that the Avalanche had with Scott Wedgwood, it's possible that you possibly be looking with Trent Miner getting called up to the Colorado Avalanche earlier today. All the Eagles have in net in terms of healthy goaltenders is Adam Shield. So it is possible that Barczewski might get called up to the AHL's Colorado Eagles, which leaves the Grizzlies with Vinny Duplessis, who might get the start tomorrow night. As we mentioned before, this is probably the best 60-minute effort the Grizzlies have put forth on both ends of the ice here during the season. In fact, it's hard to really figure out a time where the Grizzlies really have played better. Utah has won a lot of close games. The last time the Grizzlies won by 3 or more was on December 20th against Tahoe. And for the Grizzlies, you're now talking about winning 4 out of their last 5 games. And for the Grizzlies, you're talking about after that 14-game losing streak, which was broken on December 20th, Grizzlies now won 4 out of 5. They're playing well defensively. This is probably the best the Grizzlies have looked defensively all season. And really offensively, the Grizzlies, it kind of felt like once the Grizzlies got back home over the last 6 games, that 5-game homestand the Grizzlies just completed. And here tonight, it's been great offensive production. Utah had 6 goals in each of the 3 games against Tahoe. They had 8 goals in 2 games last week against Rapid City, and they picked up another 4 here tonight. So if we're talking about over the last 6 games, trying to do some quick math, the Grizzlies have scored 28 goals over the last 6 games. So offensively, things are rolling for the Grizzlies, and if Barczewski plays the rest of the season anything like he did tonight, looks like good things are going to happen for the Grizzlies here in the 2025 calendar year. Obviously, Idaho is going to come back with a little bit more spirit tomorrow night. But for the Grizzlies, they've had a tough time winning here at Idaho Central Arena in the past. It's just great to see them come away with a complete 60-minute performance on both ends of the ice. Well, it looks like all of the fans have headed for the exits here. I think we'll head out as well. And what a night it was for the Grizzlies. Third star again was Neil Shea as he picked up that third period goal. Cody Corbett with 2 assists. He's the second star. And Andrew Nelson is the first star of the game with 1 goal and 1 assist. He was a +2. And that's about as good as Andrew Nelson has looked in quite some time. And really, he's been a great distributor for the Grizzlies. He had 10 assists in 11 games in December. And Nelson, who's normally a pretty good goal scorer, 17 goals over a 2-season stretch for the Grizzlies, picking up his first of the year, which came 5:19 into the second period, as he now has 18 goals in his Grizzlies career. Well, experience certainly paid off with that Nilsson and Cody Corbett line. Both guys have over 300 games of pro experience, and both guys were outstanding for the Grizzlies. Here in the 4-1 victory over the Idaho Steelheads. And if you think about the defensive effort for the Grizzlies, when's the last time the Grizzlies have held an opponent to 1 goal? Well, the last time the Grizzlies allowed less than 2 goals in a game, we'd have to go quite a ways back. Last time the Grizzlies allowed less than 2 goals in a game, from what I recall, was November 1st against the Allen Americans in a 5-1 victory. In that game, Adam Schill saved 25 of 28. And it is only the second time this season the Grizzlies have had a game where they have allowed 2 or fewer they've allowed fewer than 2 goals. Schill allowed only 1 goal on 26 shots on November 1st. And here in the first game of 2025 on January 3rd, Grizzlies allowed just 1 goal here to the high-powered Idaho Steelheads offense, which on average this season, they score 3.6 goals per game. So for the Grizzlies and their fans, boy, what a start to 2025. What can you say about these first 3 days? I won bingo last night. And tonight, the Grizzlies come away with a 3-goal victory here on road ice against the Idaho Steelheads. We'll come back tomorrow and have the last game here in Boise for the regular season for the Grizzlies. And that's certainly hard to believe considering that tomorrow will just be January 4th. We'll come back tomorrow, same time, same channel, and probably a similar type of sellout crowd as we had here tonight. 5,217 were here at Idaho Central Arena as the Grizzlies defeat the Steelheads 4-1. Jake Barczewski was outstanding in net, stopping 28 of 29. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be tomorrow night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. We're just here pursuing our dream, and hopefully someday our dream will come true, and we'll find a way to get to the National Hockey League. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.